Jaza mifuko yake ambaye atachunga masilahi ya watu yake badala ya mdomo tamtamu 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 tamtamu, lakini akiingia ni wale wa kufanya moja yako, nusu ya mwananchi, mbili yako na tano yangu, na mnawajua nyinyi.
Kutafuta uongozi kwa kutumia dini au kutumia kabila unagawa watu. Kazi ya uongozi ni kujenga watu wawe kitu kimoja.
The 2.2 billion has been spent in the office of the president and State House between July and September. If you do that calculation, it means that we spend in that office 23 million per day and 1 million per hour. That cannot be sustainable.
Sound Candy Talk sasa imeboreshwa zaidi. Kila siku ya wiki asubuhi tunapambazuka na maabudu na sifa kwenye kipindi cha Daybreak Worship. Baadaye tunakuletea mahojiano ya moja kwa moja kwenye one-on-one show. Alafu tunakuletea taarifa zinazochipuka siku hiyo zikiwa ange kwenye In the News Headlines. Kisha tunaingia bungeni. Viongozi tuliowachagua tuangalie wanafanya nini bungeni.
On a daily basis, whenever the house is sitting, the order paper is here.
I take any work that I'm given very seriously.
Not have favors. Yes. It's not appointed because you come from Nyeri.
Kisha baadaye usiku tunakutana kwenye Open Forum Political Show, kipindi kinachotadavua na kufafanua makala na taarifa zinazokuhusu zaidi.
Sasa hii ndiye time ya kuweka kila mtu question mark one by one. Ruto tumeshaweka question mark ya kutosa.
Umeenda mpaka umevuka border, umeanza kudanganya watu wenye wako US na nchi zingine.
Kazi ya kiongozi ni kuhakikisha ya kwamba vijana wako kazi.
Tazama Sound Candy Talk uelemike. Tukutane Sound Candy Talk.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Asante. Stone PK, take it.
Hiyo intros inakuanga ndefu. Wa? Okay. Yeah, good. I think Roba was talking, ama was it me? Yeah. Mimi nilikuwa nasema the reason why tunaangalia wanatutupa wananchi leaders wanatufanya tuwe confused because swala lile tuko nalo la muhimu kwa sasa ni stolen election, na hiyo wananchi sasa tunataka tukatae, na tunataka yule kiongozi ambaye atajitolea hata kama atatoka huko bunge la mwananchi, because right now mahali tumefika tunaomba hata mtu yeyote tu, hata kijana mtu tu atoke huko aitwe Lone Ranger aje sasa, manake ni kuasha tu kiberiti, atugeuze narrative, tuseme tumepotezwa na wanasiasa, hatujui kama walinunuliwa, walitutoa kwa ile stolen election, wanaanza kutuambia tujipange for 2027. Sasa tutajipangaje na kama hatuna mtu na kura hazitahesabiwa vile tunataka, amini vile tumepiga? Kwa hivyo itakuwa tunakuwa tunadanganywa. So hiyo narrative tunataka tubadilishe, na ndio haswa hata kama hii TV yetu nilisema hapo mwanzo, we need to think about it. Yeah, tuanze sasa huko mashinani, watu tuanze kuzungumza ukweli, tuseme hatujui leaders wetu imekuwaje. Walikataa kuresign, walikubali kuitwa minority, walikubali kuitwa opposition leader, na yet ni Azimio ndio ilikuwa na MPs wengi. Hata we even count, tunatakiwa tuwaonyeshe reality, tuambie sasa kubadilishiwa hiyo narrative. That is what is being called the conmanship that we are going through, and Ruto is dancing all the way to the bank. He's enjoying. We are lamenting. Tunamuita mpaka mheshimiwa, tunamuita mheshimiwa rais, na hata anaitwa mpaka na hao leaders wetu. Even akina Sifuna wakiongea, unaongea na ukali mingi, lakini unarudi unaita mheshimiwa rais. Ati mheshimiwa rais. Sasa unasema nilikuibia kura, alafu unarudi unaniita mheshimiwa. Hizo contradictions inatakikana tutoe sasa kinaga ubaga. Lastly, I wish those days, unfortunately, wishes or horses people would, or beggars would ride. I would wish that we get people who can be even 50% of akina, the great guys who resigned from government because of difference in principles, that died in Kenya. I mean, how do you sit with one person, or the same person on the table, that you don't agree, you differ totally in principles, and you still sit, you dine, you go to bed with, you live in the same house? How is that possible? How I wish we could get the likes of, actually we had very big and great history in Kenya when we had a principled politician. I remember, I think the first of all people to resign was Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, Raila's father. He resigned from Kenyatta's government, from a position of a vice president. He resigned. From there, I think we had that the second vice president was who? Murumbi or somebody. Murumbi. He also resigned from top position. Then, of course, we have a whole list of Akina Matiba, Akina Shikuku, we have even Akina Olenti Mama. The list is Akina Masinde Muliro. The giants, people who would say, the njia ile unatupeleka, I don't agree. And they would resign. Kenyan, today, we are having novices. Ndio tunawaita waheshimiwa. We are having Ruto because we have novices. He rigged in these people, and I think because most of them ate, like in Central, we can't rely on them. But how about Nyanza? How about those ones in Kisii? Governors.
Stone BK, before you proceed, you just said something there. The one thing I witnessed, some of the things I saw a few hours ago in Kisii, well, I think they were on a funeral. Can you imagine now the so-called county commissioners? Now they are being given powers, even now to start warning governors, people who have been elected by the people. And a county commissioner.
Roba,
yeah,
with all due respect, and I beg you, I mean, if you don't want to be distracted, I just wanted to add on what Stone has done, because the president of the Hungary, Hungary just resigned today. I wanted to play that, but I'll play it at your own time.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to play that. Okay. And look at why she actually resigned. That is what I wanted to bring in before, because I know you come in hard on that one. Here we go.
Kegyelmi kérvény és a rendelkezésre álló információk alapján. Tavaly áprilisban abban a hiszemben döntöttem a kegyelem mellett, hogy az elítélt nem élt vissza a rábízott gyermekek kiszolgáltatottságával. Hibáztam. Mert a kegyelmi döntés és az indokolás hiánya alkalmas volt arra, hogy a pedofíliára vonatkozó zéró tolerancia kapcsán kételyeket ébresszen. Magyar emberként azt várnám a köztársasági elnöktől, hogy ne hibázzon. Ha mégis, akkor nézzen szembe azokkal, akiknek elszámolással tartozik, és vállaljon felelősséget. Akár azzal, hogy lemond a köztársasági elnöki tisztségről. Bocsánatot kérek azoktól, akiket megbántottam, és minden olyan áldozattól, aki úgy érezhette, nem állok ki mellette. Gyerekek és a családok védelme mellett voltam, vagyok és leszek. Államfőként ma utoljára szólok önökhöz. Lemondok a köztársasági elnöki tisztségről.
So as you go on, Robert, are we ever going to get to a point where, just like the president of Hungary resigned today, are we ever going to get to a point? Do you see what she resigned for? So, Robert, I'm sorry for what I did, but I wanted.
That's fine. So, Kenya, muda atakufa na ile grefu ikufe na ile grefu ingine ikufe before somebody resigns. That one is not going to happen. It cannot happen. In fact, if that's the case, the dictator who is right there, huyu mwizi, huyu dictator, huyu mkumbafu, he could have resigned because already he has killed innocent people who are protesting. His government has killed innocent people. By now, it could be gone. And in fact, that's where it makes me mad, because we never even met a forum and even later, when people were shot, innocent Kenyans, we should hold this man accountable. We could have used it as one way to get him out. But instead, it has been like they put a fire, they put a fire off in Back now. It's just like there's nothing there. Kenya, we have a problem. Like I've said it before. When Ruto came in, a couple of weeks after, some of us, we came to this studio and said, this man is not going to change. But there were those Kenyans who came, they were arguing, oh, give him a chance. He's going, he's my president. Where are you? Wako wapi? Wakuje kwa hii studio, and they tell us how much their president has performed. You know? So what I mean is this. Where we have reached as a country, we are a bus, hii train. Na driver ya hii train anaitwa Ruto, na conductor ya hii train anaitwa Gachagua, Gachietha. Wenzangu, saa hii driver imefika we are almost to the Indian Ocean, ama Lake Victoria. Na Gachagua anaanza kutuambia ingia, na hii driver, it keeps on going. And so far, nothing has been done. We have to hold this man accountable. He has messed up the country. When he came in, alikuwa anasema, my president Uhuru Kenyatta, that's my president. He was over borrowing. Amechukua pesa. And yet, he has borrowed more than Uhuru Kenyatta, and nobody is saying nothing. That one is enough even to get people to the streets. He lied to the people. When he was campaigning, Ali Tanganya. That's enough to get people to start protesting. He should resign from the office. Like you, Madam Alifanya, imagine he pardoned somebody. I mean, he has powers to do that. The Constitution allows her to do it. She did it. But because there was a mistake, she resigned. But he is a man, tuko na president ama mwizi, mwenyewe anajua ya ni Sakayo. He does not even follow the Constitution anyway. See, the Constitution was against it. Sasa yeye anakuja ni kifua things the way he's been doing things. That's enough for him to resign. But is he going to resign? He's not going to do it. We know that he's not going to do it. The only way is, can we use force to get him out? I don't know at this point. But at the same time, I don't want to hear anybody telling me about 2027. I don't want to hear that. I want to know what happens tomorrow, or what happened yesterday to Ruto. He has to go. Thank you.
Ala, Stone.
Nani anaongea?
Nyinyi ndio watu mnaranisho, mimi niko hapa nasikiza tu, mkitaka mavideo mnaniambia.
Next ni nani? Bwana Njiru, sema kitu na uweke topic ziran Kenyan with love.
Yeah, so Roba amekaa bwana. Roba umekuwa wapi?
Mimi niko hapa, I've been watching, I've been all just behind the scenes because hakuna topic ambayo naongea. When I come here always the same topic. We have gone from removing Ruto from office.
Wewe umekuja ile wakati tushapoa.
2027. I don't want to hear 2027. Kama ni hiyo
no, of course. Hakuna mtu anaongea hiyo story. Hiyo ni story ya walevi. Hiyo ni story ya people with no direction. Hiyo ni story ya ignorant people. 2027.
Yes.
So ni story ya maconmen. Ni story ya maconmen.
Hiyo story, no one is speaking about that. Any serious individual is offering solutions because unajua hiyo ni kama kuanguka kwa mtaro na unaulizia utaanguka kwa mtaro lini tena. Ile unasikianga tukisema in our villages, people who don't learn. Wewe unasikia ile klabu watu wanawekewa mchere na ukipata pesa uko huko tena. Bwana tulipike, sijui kama unajua hawa wazee ambao they all the time tu wanaibiangwa tu like they don't learn.
Yeah.
He returns in the same location where he was slaughtered the other day. So and we have to start being candid, Bwana Roba. Lazima tuanzie kukua candid. Na we also need to start hao watu wetu, hao viongozi wetu tuanzie kuambia ile wakati unajua saa zingine, let me tell you, hii vitu wakati umeenda kupigia mtu kura, unajua Bwana Stone PK, ni kitu nataka kuelezea. Wakati umeenda kupigia mtu kura, ile imani unakuanga umeweka kwa huyo mtu, like frustration ya kusikia hiyo kura, ati hiyo kura ikutani the way you wanted, it is actually more than the candidate. I want to tell you, that hope you have on somebody unaenda kupea yeye kura. And this is the right time when people should start respecting watu ukipea mtu kura, Bwana Roba. Somebody should respect that decision and they stop sideways. Anyway, let's ask ourselves questions. Kwa nini hawa matapeli wanaongea story ya 2027? Sababu mimi tu nitawaita tu matapeli for now. It's simple. Kuna kitu tunaitanga vicious cycle. Na vicious cycle ni zile vitu ambazo zinazungukanga, ni kama lunar eclipse. It's like the solar eclipse. Unajua, ama you know the time when the moon is in the Capricorn, you know the time when the moon when the sun is in the, yani like ni kama musimu. And tukiendelea hivi tutakuwa kama majira, watu wanakuelewa. And there is nothing like being low by offering the same concept which did not work previously. So for your information, hakuna ujanja mwingine mkubwa tunaweza apply ni 2027 ile ambayo hatuku apply 2022. So Bwana Stone PK, ile kitu tunafaa kukua tukijiuliza saa hii, hiyo ndebe how is it declared? Na hii ni ile kitu yote I always speak about this thing, Bwana Roba. Although people say that nani sijui ni Stanley ama ni Lenin who said that those people who count votes, kuna kitu, there is somebody from Russia who said, sijui, I don't know, the most important person is the person who counts votes. But naweza kuambia in the Kenyan perspective, the most important person ni yule mtu anatangaza wewe hapo. And I want to tell you for your information, based on what is happening in kulingana vile nimeona wakipiga hiyo kampeni ya 2027, it is actually worse than ya 2022. So this is based, unajua tunajuanga kupima, tunapimanga kulingana na vile naona hii 2027 wameanza, It's a utopia journey. It's utopia. Wako peke yao. For your information, wako peke yao. So na kama Raila mwenyewe anataka kuisha, aendelee na hiyo story ya 2027. Even Nyanza people will be tired of him.
Mr. Emba, I think Raila is the one who's against that story of 2027. He has even come forward and said, hii mambo ya kuongea, mambo ya 27 is not enough. But what I want to hear from him, what I want to hear from Kalonzo, I'm sorry for cutting you off, wanapewa pesa ya chama, tupatie pesa tununue bunduki bwana. Give us money, we start recruiting people. Wapi hiyo pesa mnapata ya chama? Kama mmeshindwa, we want sisi tunataka our own security ambayo itaenda kulinda kura, kwa sababu hao chama wameanza kununua, wamechukua taxpayers money, wameanza kununua helicopters. We have evidence ambayo wameanza kununua vitu. Kama that's the case, also ile chama wanapata pesa ya chama, tupatie hiyo pesa, we start tununue bunduki, tununue kila kitu, so that we can secure our election, our votes come 2027. Kama wanataka kuongea ya kununua bunduki, we can talk. But before that nonsense, I want to hear how this man gets out of office. He's killing our country. He is. Huh? And nobody's talking about it. Imagine when this guy came in, unakumbuka what happened? Alikuwa anasema watu hatupangui. Sasa ndiye amepanga watu kutoka Central, Rift Valley, Western, kila mahali. Sasa na wapanga. Someone comes, the code is saying, unaona, code inasema you cannot do that. But yeye anakuja is doing opposite. Na hakuna mtu ambaye anasema kwa kifua. Anakuambia, oh, mambo ni matatu, killing people. Kama yeye anataka is killing people, then we have to protect ourselves. Kwa sababu kwa constitution, we have a right. We have a right by weapons. We can register them, but it belongs to the people so that we can defend ourselves. Kwa sababu kama yeye president anataka kuua watu, yeye amedeclare war on the people. He has declared war and he has killed people who are protesting. What else are we waiting for? That's what I want to hear from Asimio. Hii mambo ya kusema nini, is time has come. Time has come. Mnasema enough is enough. Either he resigns or now we go nuclear way. That's my take on this. We have to go nuclear way. Kwa sababu hii jamaa ikienda hivi, he won't even declare himself, even though there's no election in Kenya. He will just say, oh, you know what? He has suspended the constitution. Kwa sababu kama vitu vingine anafanya kwa kifua na hakuna mtu ambaye you know, this is nonsense. This nonsense has to stop from him. That's my way I'm just seeing things. Enough is enough. We have to be active. We have to say, you know what? Tunataka hii. Hii mambo ya kukaa chini, nothing happens, wanakuja wanaua watu. Now tell me, some of those women who are being killed, kama some of those women had a pistol, kama angekuwa amenunua, they could have defended themselves. Yeah? Sasa mahali imefikia bwana, mahali imefikia Kenya. I was here a couple of weeks ago bwana, mimi nakwambia, hii Nairobi you cannot just go like that. Ukienda hivi you die. So mahali imefikia, there's no security in the country. Hapo, we know that. We had to mefikia. There are some people from Rift Valley who have been brought in Nairobi. Some of them, they are not even part of the government. They are being paid so that because they know they don't have enough people in Nairobi. Now they are there like protection of him illegally. What else are we waiting for? Sisi tunataka ile pesa bwana, sisi mtuambie vile tutanunua bunduki so that we can protect ourselves.
Aya, wacha nimalizie. Na Roba, kuna kitu nilisema in our previous feed. Nilisema hiyo fara ya kutokezea hizi marari za Raila ni upuzi. Rari ya UDA usitokezee. Rari ya Raila wacha kutokezea. Those things are a waste of time. We can wait from other directions, lakini there is no any good reason ya kuenda ina rari ya watu kukuambia story ya 2027. It doesn't turn up. So for me, those rallies, we should declare them irrelevant. Don't go to reason to there unless munaenda kwa hizo rallies to get effective solutions, na kuna any effective solution wanatupea. So bwana Roba, I don't know. Do you think those rallies are important? Nakuuliza tu. Do you think those rallies are important? Hizo wanazunguka zunguka.
Of latest, let's be sincere. Honorable Raila Odinga was recruiting for ODM. And if you see, they have been recruiting people, even myself, I went there to make sure that in website, whatever they are giving to register, can it go through? It went through on me. I registered, even though I don't know whether I'm a member or whatever, but I registered to make sure it's working. So him is doing the right thing, recruiting people. But when you go to a funeral, like the way they did in Ukambani, so the people from Ukambani, what they're expecting, Tekrea Karonso. Yeah? Ndio mpaka sasa papa kasema, hata Karonso akikuwa kama ni yeye, kuna kosa gani? Instead of them concentrating and focusing on this madman about State House, now they are talking about 2027. They are putting pressure on Raila. So Raila is handling two things, or two fronts you can say. Oparanya wants him to declare him. Eugene, Raila alisema mwenyewe, iko on the tape. Karonso anataka, Dini wanataka, Martha Karua anataka. Sasa instead us concentrating, how do we get these guys out of office?
And why are they not doing that? Why are they not doing that? And it is common sense.
That's what,
hii registration ina maana. So exactly. No, tukisanya hawa watu, tukirejesta hawa watu tunawapeleka wapi? So let me ask you today, if today ODM registers 10 million Kenyans, what is the benefit of that? Hawa watu mnawapeleka wapi? No. Registration has no value. What you have value is agitation.
No,
agitation.
I think there's one thing you have to realize. ODM is going to hold their elections come, I think, April. So if you are not registered, you cannot be allowed to participate. So
no, but we don't need that. Those registration. We have war here. To go to registration here 2022. Why are you registering people? That is not the issue. Is about Zakayo, not my registration, Bwana.
Yeah, but remember
that is loss of priorities. That is loss of priorities, and these people cannot fight. Awana meno. We are just following suckers.
No, I think on that one we should be careful. I think because of their going around, they make that platform to fire back. I mean, to talk about against Zakayo, which is very good. But mkienda kwa matanga mnaanza kusema 2027, that's where we go wrong. Unaona? Even the governor of Mombasa, when he came and is declaring Baba for 2027, Baba alisema mwenyewe. Alisema unajua nini? Hii itatoka kwa mdomo wangu. Hii itatoka ni wao wanasema. Unaona? And Baba even said today, is not talking about 2027. He wants things to go right now. Unaona? So this idea of saying at Azimio iko intact, Azimio is not intact. Martha Karua and the so-called softy, Kalonzo Musyoka, they are not looking eye to eye. Kwa sababu Kalonzo Musyoka, you know what he did? Mambo ya Kameme, Kamngana, something, I don't know the name there. Hiyo ambayo wataka kuanza na kina Kioni. Unaona? And the man, if he was, instead of supporting them, unajua, Kalonzo is the problem. And I'm just telling you, people from Ukambani, not the people, but the leaders from Ukambani, even the last minute, if you remember during the election, they betrayed us. They were on the other side. They wanted to Kalonzo to end with the Ruto because we receive money.
I think, Robert, you are not helping yourself when you are speaking about Azimio. Azimio cannot help us here. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why you trust these people so much. Yet
we have been having,
but this vehicle is behaving like a wreck. It is behaving like a wreck.
What else can we do? Because that's the only people we have on the ground.
There is nothing like, even the Bible says, "Cursed is a man who trusts in another man." How we are bestowing our hope too much on them, yet they are not. They are people without hands. For it, I can tell you.
December, you are in Europe. I am where I am. Stone Gate, back east, whatever it is. So we are talking about there's people we have been relying on the ground. That's Azimio. What we are telling them, take us the right way.
They have no direction.
Wrong. Yeah, I know. I agree with you. They don't have direction. And that's why I'm just saying we need something fresh. Something has to happen. Lakini mambo ya kutuambia 2027, if that's the case, then
The
we
reason
shouldn't
why
talk about them.
the reason why they have no direction, they are not accountable to mwananchi. They are not hawasikilizangi mwananchi hawa watu. Sisi tunasema tunataka maandamano, hawatusikilizi. Tukiwaambia
Thank you.
they don't listen to mwananchi. So why should we be reliable, be talking of people who do not listen to mwananchi?
By the way,
these people are nuts.
Mtembai and Mr. Guru and Stone PK, we were talking a few minutes ago. Kwa nini Azimio inaacha this jamaa kwa speaker, and yet we have the majority? The constitution says those who are the majority should have the speakership. That one is enough to tell people go to the streets. We want to protest. That's enough.
But why can't they do it? You know, Roba, kuna kitu sielewangi. Tukikuja hapa kwa group discussion, tunatoa points ya maana sana. But why can't these people, and I believe the reason why they are practicing in politics, they can think better than us. Why is it that they cannot think on a common sense platform? These things are logic. Hata wanaendanga kuongea kwa TV sana na kufungua mdomo yote. It is logic. These people are not fighting for mwananchi. And Bwana Roba, you will come to get frustrated when you come to realize that we were pushing the wrong vehicle, the wrong thing. These people, unless they come and make a declaration, they are with mwananchi. I no longer trust Azimio. Azimio is too much scattered. It's too much scattered to deliver anything. I'm telling you, it is extremely scattered to deliver a people-driven front and to fight Zakayo for that manner. Let me tell you, how do you fight Zakayo? He has stolen the parliament, mukanyamaza. My friend, Bwana Roba, let's speak of other agitation. Forget about ini kitu tasa, Azimio ni tasa. Iweze zalisha.
You know, somebody like Opio, somebody his name. When anakuja natuambia at the minority part, there's no minority. In our constitution, we don't have minority and majority. We have the majority, but we don't have like opposition. When I cheat opposition, who gave them that? When I cheat opposition when they are the majority in the parliament, this is something they'll be fighting on the streets. They should fighting on the streets, even if it means wangeenda wapige kura, wangesema hapana. What we know is we have the majority, we have the speakership. That one was enough for us, even to make sure that we have motions and other things coming up. But instead, what's happening? The so-called Azimio, the people we trust, there are some people wanapata pesa bwana, they get paid every month. Some of them they are comfortable. They are just making use of our people. They have. Somebody has to tell them enough is enough. We want this man to get out of office. And if they want us to support them, they have to give us directions. They have to tell us what to do. But they
can't give us direction, Bwana Roba. I don't know why we are relying on blind people. These people are blind. These people are politicians. Hawana kazi yetu. Let me tell you, anyone who wants to do something serious, there is too much damage which has happened. Let me tell you, there is too much. Mtu ambaye anajali mwananchi angeruhusu tufike hii level tumefika. Bwana Robert, think of other fronts, talk of other things. Let me tell you, Robert, you'll be so much frustrated when Azimio watatu stagnate hapa for the next 5 years.
But my question is, what's the alternative now? Where's somebody?
The alternative is ngoja kidogo. The alternative is simple. We start fighting Azimio as people. We start fighting them. Can't we fight them? Can't we fight them? See that tunawabembeleza. You see what happens is that the fact that they are registering people, why are they going to the grassroots to register people and they don't know to deliver for those people? They are busy taking people's numbers and people contact. Yet, so nikuuliza Roba kama sahi, why do you want me to now be in a political party and you are not delivering for me? Hata huyu mtu ambaye the reason why sitaki kwenda UDA nataka kuregister kwa hii chama, it is what you can deliver for me, not to go and do rhetorics. Bwana Robert, what we need to do as a people now, the way forward is to fight Azimio, because they are actually on wao ndio wamefungilia mfereji ya revolution. How do wamefungilia? So the first thing, Na mimi ningeambia Wakenya saa hii, if you people you need to rescue yourself, fight Azimio. Fight Azimio to the tooth, because they are not delivering for you, but we need to fight that political party now. Itusaidii Bwana Robert, itusaidii. And I want to say the best thing for now for Kenyans to do, already Zakayo is destiny, you know, huyo ni shetani, is destiny is clear. Destiny yake ni clear. So you achana na, but now the problem is Azimio. They cannot registrate. They cannot bring a proper opposition if they have. They are giving that guy victory. Nini? Fight Azimio to the tooth. That is the problem of Kenya.
Those who are in power, those who have power, those who are elected by the Wananchi, you cannot fight Azimio people like Raila. They don't have power because they were not elected people.
Brother. Robert, let me tell you
something.
Power is people.
Yeah, that's what I'm
not
saying.
Constitution. Power is people.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
is, Azimio na watu?
What I'm saying is, members of parliament.
Bwana Robert, power is people. Power ni watu bwana. Then power ni watu, my dear brother Robert. Azimio has power. What do you mean?
No. You are not getting what I was saying. I was saying we have to start with the people who have power right now, the members of parliament. They're most useless people. Those ones, they should be admitted, or they surrender.
Ata chama.
Sign.
Even the political party can decelerate issues.
Yes, we want to elect new people.
So let me tell you, Bwana Robert, people should start deregistering from those political parties. I'm even telling Kenyans, don't go for those political rallies. Hata mukiitwa and mukiambua muregister, don't register. It's a waste of time. These people are not accountable to you. What do you mean? Don't register for Azimio until they get accountable to the previous registration. Hatutakuwa tunapaka rangi. Don't register. Even those Wiper and hizo za kina Eugene, don't register for those political parties. They are wasting our time. Hao watu wana waste time yetu. I'm done.
Guru, Mr. Stone BK, also come in, please.
So, Bwana Roba, what I'm trying to ask you is, because every time when we are circulating around Azimio, we are wasting a lot of time and inatufikisha ETC, end of thinking capacity. Every time we put Azimio on these people's agitation, it's an ETC for us, end of thinking capacity. We cannot think. Macho yetu tu inakaa tu hivi tu. People cannot think. And I want to tell you, by the time Kenyans will realize how much time Azimio wasted for them, wangekuwa wamejua kitu cha kufanya. Let me tell you, Azimio is the biggest roadblock in people's agitation. And a brilliant person will come to prove this statement right. UDA, their fate is sealed. But Azimio has no fixed point of what to do. In fact, they have frustrated me. I have to quit that party. We cannot continue being, na musiseme ni strategy. There's nothing like strategy. Ati watu wanasema ni strategy. That political party is impotent. It is, let me use clear one. That political party is impotent. And the Kenyans start quitting Azimio. Those people are not responsible to you. Na kama Wakenya mnataka kusaidika, that is where your war should be. Azimio ndio wametufikisha hapa tumefika. They have refused to use power. Power ni watu na wako na watu. So all the time mnaongea tu story ya Zakayo, and you know where power comes from. So for me, that is my belief, and with the little political knowledge I know, Bwana Loba, it's unfortunate, but the more you concentrate with Azimio, the more you are concentrating with something which cannot fruit anything. Hao watu wanakuambia story ya 2027 and they have no concept of conversion.
Zero. Mr. Chair, can I say something?
Yes, say something.
I am really getting very Robert, thank you so much for what you've been doing, but I'm really getting pissed off with Mr. Njiru. Mr. Njiru is becoming a crybaby. And a crybaby that wants to say, oh, I'm not going to. If you don't want to be in Azimio, get away. Enda, toka, wachana na sisi. Don't even be here. Go away. Quit crying. Roba is trying to tell you.
Hakuna kitu hapo. Hawatatupotezea time. They are wasting our time bwana.
Aya, we enda UDA ukaka huko na nani. Now we know who you are. Now actually there's a mole that I've been looking for in this group.
Sawa.
And
Wewe
now I
kusema
start
mimi
finding
mole. Hao watu wana waste time yetu bwana.
kuna mole nimekuwa nikitafuta na kumbe ni wewe. You cannot be a cry baby. Kila
Those people are wasting our time bana. Hatutafuata vipofu tena. Hatutafuata vipofu.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
I think muna Kenyan with love muna degenerate into the things that are not necessary. When you are in a house and you see things are
ambia
happening.
mtu arudi huko kwa Kikuyu akaka huko na watu hao wa UDA.
No,
Kama
no,
ni
no,
mtu wa
no.
Ruto akae huko bwana.
Wewe nipe concept ya kuconvert hiyo 2027 mnatuimbia hapa. How are we going to convert it?
Hello. Bwana Njiru, unajua hiyo swali imeshinda mpaka Raila. So don't expect Kenya with love akupe formula. Imeshinda baba.
Then he is not a serious guy. I know.
No,
I have an answer for that question.
Let me say something before you exchange na Kenyan with love. Hiyo swali imeshinda baba, and what you see baba doing, and I know you know, is what we call strategic retreat. Ile unarudi umesarenda, lakini juu following iko uwezi sema nimewezwa. Okay? The retreat started pale uliposikia bipartisan. Uko ndio tulimaliziwa huko bwana Njiru. And this is I mean, I cannot have missed that accurately. The day Baba accepted bipartisan is when alijua amefika mwisho. From whatever forces they were, that is when ilifika mwisho. Kuanzia Bomas huko kwote ndio ilikuwa imeanza pressure. He succumbed with
and then, why is he wasting our time?
No. You don't have to lament. You know now he's wasting your time. So the best is to do other things. You start advocating or looking for other alternative means. Achana vile tumesema, we leave politicians alone because they are not going to help us.
That's okay. Now, you are talking now. Lakini mimi mtu asikuja hapa kuongea story ya Azimio. That is an important party.
No. People have a right to talk. People wako wale bado wako kwa hiyo membership. You can't gag them. You can't gag them.
Yes. Unajua, Stone BK, so to cut you off. Let's also welcome those who are watching us all over the world. I think it should be 12 p.m. back in Nairobi, and we want to see people from Nairobi coming up and to join us on this discussion. More especially those ones ambao pro Ruto ambao wanapenda Ruto, and for those ones who are the United States, it's 3 in the morning in the East Coast, where I think Stone PK is. It's 1 in the morning where I am, and I believe those who are in Copenhagen, that's in Denmark, it's like 10 in the morning, Mr. Empire, and where you are, it's okay. But the thing is this, you have a right, Mr. Empire, you have a right to say what you just said. But at the same time, as a politician, you can't just you must have a vehicle to get somewhere. If, for example, if you are a citizen where you are, if you want to Kenya, the Kenyans and the embassy as a vehicle for its citizens to go there. Sasa ukituambia ya kwamba sasa tutupe Azimio, then from there, Azimio is our vehicle. Even though you don't like the people inside that vehicle, but you can't just say, let's tutupe Azimio. So the thing is, to my opinion, yes, my approach, yes, I agree with you. Somewhere in between here, somewhere, we have been lost. But remember, Papa is Papa. I know it looks like, you are not like for him or for all these guys. I get it. But at the same time, we can't just say like we want to fight Kenya Kwisha, just like from where we are seated, but nothing on the ground. We have to start somewhere. So for us to come here and say, hey, tuachane na Azimio, tufanye nini na nini, we are lying to ourselves. We need something, a vehicle, something as a guideline for what we want to do. At the same time, I understand your frustrations. At the same time, I understand many people. They want me. I agree with you. At this point, we need, that's why we said from the beginning, before you came in, we were saying, where's Kalonzo? It's a no-show. It's no call, no show. Kalonzo Musyoka. Because already a couple of weeks ago, he declared himself he wants to run for 2027. I'm just like, okay, I agree with you. Let me just shut my mouth. I want to see action. Where is he? Where is he to say, you know what, Ruto must go? Where is he to say, you know what, I go to Eldoret, I go to Kisumu, I go to Garissa, and I want to mobilize people to protest about this government. But instead, it's nowhere to be seen. That's a frustration. But at this point, Mr. Empire, we need something on the ground. And Azimio is the only vehicle we have right now. Where's Tupa? You can't just like Utu behavior. No, we can't go that way. Let's try to build it. Let's try to maybe find a contribution. You know what? Why can't we ask this group, the people on the ground? We want at least one of these guys to come this show. One of these guys watuambie watakuja. One of the members of parliament. One of the big, what you retire the guys from, I respect the guys from Bunge ya Wananchi. I respect them. But we need a big fish from Azimio. We need maybe the senator from Nairobi. We need somebody like even Kalonzo Musyoka to come to this show. Because if they don't come here, Mr. Emba, I can agree with you. They are running out of time. They are running out of time. We need someone to come here and assure us that going forward, they have to do the right thing. Thank you. Go ahead.
You know, Njiro has pushed me today so much. And Njiro, this was supposed to come next week, but anyway, it's already there. I am going to show you guys something. And the thing that I hate is someone mwenye anakuja hapa hivi very doubtful, mtu anaka the doubting Thomas that doesn't even understand vitu zenye zinafanyika. Stone amekataa. I was gonna show you something, but you know,
kama
no,
kuna kitu inafanyika, Zakaya angekuwa ametoka.
I want to show it so that Njiru,
Zakaya ashuke bana.
No.
Atashuka saa ngapi?
I will show you something, but you
Njiru, ngoja tuone.
Where unapigia watu kelele na you're doing nothing.
Be patient.
People are here. Do you understand what that is?
What is it? Tell us, Kenyan with love.
Okay. We have our petition. We've been doing our petition and we've been working all this. You can see my name right there. Okay. Now, I will take it out. We will present this next week, Vizuri, of what we've been doing. Bila kelele mingi. Now,
can we do a question and answer on it, maybe for 2 minutes?
Just hold on, just a second before.
Hiyo ni petition ya kutoa Zakaya.
You know, Njiru, wewe unapiga.
No, those are questions. Ngoja bwana Njiru.
That's the cheat questions.
Yeah. I will. And it's gonna come next week or in the next 2 weeks. We will come and present it nicely.
Okay. So
yeah,
okay. So
the first one we have about? Judge Mwita. Here, let me put another one. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a game. It's not just between
Kenyan with love. Kenyan with love. Unajua ukipresent kitu unaenda step by step. So what is it? What is the objective?
What are we talking about here?
That is the orders that we were given by Judge Mwita.
What about
this is Mugambi. No, this was the other one. And then we have another one that we are doing. This is not a joke.
No, eleza ni nini, you know, people can't read. Just in a summary, it's an order for what?
Basically, we're asking, we're going back and asking, we're starting far, tunaanzia mbali sana. We're asking, yeah, we're asking, first of all, that two prior and one post election. Where do we do that? So basically, we're trying to, what chapter 1 of our constitution says, the sovereignty belongs to the people. So if the sovereignty belongs to the people, why are we going to this thing that why can't we recall? So we basically what we're doing, you know what, let me just be easy. We're recalling all of them. We don't care if it's ODM, if it's whatever. We are invoking our chapter 1 of our constitution, and we want the judges
recalling
to actually
who?
Recalling who?
All the elected persons.
Under what clause?
Under chapter 1 of the constitution.
Which says what? We the people.
We the people
have delegated power.
Yes. And we can recall it. Yes, and we can recall it anytime that we want it.
No. Now recalling goes to what chapter? Still chapter 1?
Chapter 1, chapter 45. Chapter 45 is the one that we are fighting about, of when they say that we can, I mean, you can only recall them at, they say that you can only recall them 2 years.
Within 2 years?
Yeah, within the first 2 years and within the last 1 year.
No. Not within the last 1 year.
Not kuna the first 2 years.
Yes.
After 2 years
After 2 years, you can't recall them.
Yes, exactly. So there's a lacuna there. But now we are also asking,
which one? Which lacuna?
Okay, so it's the first 2 years, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought it's just like you can record them. After they have been in parliament for 2 years now, you can record them. That's what I thought.
Yes. And you're right. You're 100% right. So after the first 2 years, so that gives you that 2 years that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Before the election, then you cannot. There's a 1 year that ikoko nyuma watu wajiangalia.
No, you can't recall them 1 year to election.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we are approaching almost 2 years since the election. Now, after that,
so now but also, Robert, we're also challenging that even these first years and the first year and the last year. So have we established, wewe na Robert, nani Stone, have we established that yes, kuna 2 years ya hapa mwanzo na kuna 1 year ya huko mwisho?
1 year before. Ikiwa imebadilisha election 1 year, you cannot recall them.
Yes. So tumeestablish kuna miaka 3 ziko mahali. Ya 2 za kwanza na 1 ya mwisho.
Hizo 3 you can't. Wakimaliza 2 years.
Right.
Wakimaliza 2 years, you will only have 1. 2 years plus 1. That is 3. Or 2.
Yes, 3. Hizo ndio nasema no 3.
Ni 2.
No, there's 3 years.
Na 2 za pili na hiyo moja. Anyway, whichever way.
Nasema kuna 3 years zenye you cannot recall, right?
Yes.
So now,
wait.
And the last one.
Yes, thank you. So now, what we are also asking them on the other second petition, we're also asking them now, who actually went to the public participation that actually when this law was made, you cannot make your own law. So now we're challenging them because that was a matter of act of parliament.
Okay, it's good effort, but
It's good effort, but at least the reason I'm saying this is Stone PK is because I'm sick and tired, and I'm going to say it. Robert, I respect you so much, Stone PK. I respect
No,
you.
you can't be sick and tired. Ngoja tu
I
interrogate
am sick
hizi
and
tu.
tired of people
No,
like
no.
Kinanjiro
Tutakupeleka
coming
ward,
here.
kwani kuna
No,
shida?
no.
Kama wewe ni mgonjwa tutakupeleka ward.
I'm sick
No.
and
Kuna
tired
ward
of people
huko.
coming here talking matope, running
Hapana.
around and killing our motivation and with everything, asking, oh, hebu nipatieni, wanauliza jibu, oh, nipatieni, wanting all to be told
You unaongea
everything
ni
and they're
story ya
not doing
future. That thing
anything.
can work or not work. That
Jiro,
is
I'm sick and
probability.
tired of you.
What you are talking of is either
I am
ward kama if you are
sick and
sick.
tired of you.
So,
That is
Mr.
Come here
probability.
to give solution. Don't come here to ask for solutions
Listen.
and demoralize people.
Kenyan is
There are
love.
some people who are doing something.
Ngoja. Now,
Jiro,
Love.
you
Stone
can
PK,
go.
I want
You
to ask
can
you my
kiss
question.
my whatever it is.
When you went
Go
no,
away.
no, no.
Kenyan
No,
with love.
no.
If you are sick, just
Give
go to the
solutions.
hospital.
When
Kenyan with
Listen.
love. Kenyan with love. Do we have specific people
Nimejam.
who is going to be recalled?
Hakuna haja ya
Or
kujam. Hii ni live TV, my friend. Live TV na unaharibu. Now, you see, unfortunately, some hard facts are very bitter. They are never sweet. Okay? We've had petitions. You know, people have forgotten what we are dealing with in this country called Kenya. And I keep on saying this, and I'll say personally, when you talk of constitution, forget it. In Ruto's era, forget it. People, the other day, people were talking of going to East African court. Garbage. To help Kenya issue, nonsense. Okay, so the only, in my opinion, petition, tunaweza andika petition ni milioni moja. We are headed nowhere. You want to recall MPs? It's not possible.
You know what I was thinking, Stone PK.
Yeah.
I thought they are telling me since Sakai was threatening citizens.
Yes.
We petition saying he has threatened citizens.
Yes.
Should be allowed to carry weapons freely.
Exactly.
Because the president is threatening them.
He
did. Unana. That one I will give you that.
Guys, there's more where that came from.
Because going at the court way, it will take forever.
Yeah, because
they want to join Azimio to waste more time.
Can you guys listen to me? There's more where that came from. You tu nimewekea Njiro because ameanza kunibo.
No, mimi usiniwekee vitu kama hiyo bana. Mimi sifuatangi vitu kama hiyo. That thing is not practical.
Tupigie kelele kwa sababu wewe ni mtu wa UD unapenda kutusumbua hapa hivi. You see, when I hear
there's nothing like that bana. You also want to join UD, you want to join Azimio in wasting our time bana. Mnatuambia kuna kitu mnafanya na ni kuwaste tu time tu mna waste. Extension.
Okay, it's fine. When I hear Robert talking, I really respect when Robert is talking. When I hear Stone PK talking, I respect them because these guys actually speak something. Lakini when Jiro, you come in here, you're just a demoralizing factor that you make people
not demoralizing. I have to tell you the reality bana.
Okay, so what's your reality?
Mr. Jiro, there's no evidence showing that whatever document was represented belongs to Azimio. Let's not try to smear Azimio. It has nothing to do with Azimio. These are an individual case. And at the same time, I think Mr. Kenyan with love, Mr. Emba has not said that he is joining Kenya Kwisha. He has a right to say what he's saying. But at the same time, Mr. Emba, my question is, so can you give me reasons why you think that you can do whatever you want to achieve from where you are seated if we cannot use the people of Azimio on the ground? I mean, how we want to achieve it?
Very good, Bwana Roba. This is how we are going to do it. Number one, we need another vehicle. And if Baba was serious, nini kitu najaribu kusema, if Baba was serious, sahi angekuwa amelaunch kitu inaitwa why the other time when they were a little bit serious walikuwa wanatengeneza vitu zilikuwa zinaitwa Okoa Kenya sijui nini, things which can galvanize Kenyans on a certain agenda. Kwa nini saa hii Baba hajadikiria kitu kama Toa Ruto initiative? Why is he not giving such things? We can come up with something which can galvanize Kenyans on an idea. Why is he trying to fight this war on the umbrella of Azimio? And Azimio is a political party. Azimio is not an agitation wheel.
I'm tired of this thing.
We need another. We have to form another political wheel, not a political, another movement. That we pay Gina either to and then we come up with the restriction of what we are going to do in that thing. Baba is beyond petitions. Baba is ni mtu wa declaration. And he's not doing that. That's why mimi najiuliza kwani yeye yako ndani ya Zakayo. Baba ni mtu wa declaration, but for your information, in 2024 it is the most limited time where Baba has been effective in Kenya. In 2024, since Baba joined politics, this is the time when he has been least effective. I want to tell you, look at his cap and how Baba has been behaving. In 2024, 2023, he is the least effective.
I disagree. It's only February, I think the 11th, and we are just already saying the current of 2024, Baba is unproductive. I think that's underestimating, and I think...
No, I'm not underestimating. He has power and he has refused to use it.
No. Let's be sincere. First of all, when you are a party, you have to build your own party. And that's what Baba has been doing, building ODM.
You cannot build a party for 100 years. ODM is old enough. From 2005, you are still building a political party which is known. Those are hiding tactics, Bwana.
It's not hiding tactics. So
those are hiding tactics. ODM is known. You don't need to build. ODM is a machinery. Why is he not building another vehicle to remove Ruto?
You see, Mr. Mba, that's the same.
He needs another vehicle. He needs another vehicle which is galvanizing people to an agenda of recovery, getting back their country. But you cannot use Azimio to recover the country. Bwana Roba, I don't know why we are refusing to open our eyes. You cannot push a movement using Azimio. Azimio anajua tu ni chama ya kura. You need something else.
Big bro.
Kwa nini asilaunch other movement?
Are you letting me really listen to this?
Frankly speaking, I have been frustrated by Baba. He is very least effective side.
Seriously? You're my big brothers. You're going to let me listen to this?
That's why we have to bet. So for me, Mr. Mba, the way you put things, I would not go that way. So you want things to happen overnight. That's fine.
Nothing like overnight. You don't organize that way.
You just say 2024 Baba's been ineffective. And you are only just barely almost...
because Baba si ati mtu wa kutafuta watu. He already has a concept. But he is not gravitating. Unajua, hata maji inafuata gravity. Maji huwezi panda mlima. So his strategy should be gravitating to something.
If I were you, I would say this way. The people who are surrounding Papa, they are not the one who are not helping.
No. Baba has a machinery to assemble something which looks like an agitation movement. And he's not doing it. And that's why I'm saying people should quit Azimio and we start joining that front. It will form. But Azimio is standing on our way. So another movement will form, but Azimio is blocking that thing. So to talk Azimio, then we go and organize ourselves in another place. But these people are standing on our way.
Mr. Moderator, are you going to let me really listen to this guy talking about this stuff? Because I will leave.
You are very blind, Bwana Kenyan with love.
I am not.
The petitions are hot here.
Hey, don't talk to me, by the way. Me, I'm so mad right now because of what you're doing. By the way, you don't even know me. Please, relax. I'm telling you, the things that you're talking here today don't make no sense. Don't make any sense to anyone. Please, I'm sorry, Njiru. You're back in the
2025 utakuja kujua I was making sense. We will not follow a bride movement. We cannot follow a bride movement. You hatutakubali. Afadhali tukae na mashida yetu for 10 years. We are okay, but we will not follow people. Watu wanatupeleka kwa drainage.
First of all, go talk to your kinsmen before you come talking to
There's no problem how deal na wao, lakini we will not follow two blind men.
No,
no,
I will not allow you. Sorry.
I was asking.
I am so sorry.
Where I was.
Yes, sir.
Stone PK.
I can speak to someone who's
where
logical.
We can get some of these guys from Azimio, the top leadership, to come here and talk to us, because
it's not possible. It's not possible. These are some of the facts that, again, they are not nice. I don't see any of those Azimio guy who can come here. Personally, I've been trying to vouch for that. Some of the ones that I'm close to, we've not managed. We have one of those guys who really supports Azimio so much. The deputy governor of Kisumu is a friend of mine. He was supposed to come here. He kept on giving us. I think he did one with Bernard on phone or something like that, and we wanted to use him to quite pull up, those other guys. But unfortunately, which followers now don't want to hear, including Kenyan with Love, is that Azimio is not moving towards removing Ruto, and that's a fact.
That's a fact. I agree.
Because they are retreating pole without ndio hurt the followers. Okay, unfortunately, they have silently surrendered and given into Ruto. Wamefinywa, wamekunjwa. They are not able to do that because they must have engaged in many. That's why unasikia wengine wanasema walikula. Okay, it might not be kukula, but the pressure they have succumbed, including parliament. None of Azimio members there. They just break outside kwa meeting forum. Then when they go back to parliament ndio wao, you will see the kind of bills which will be passed there. Yeah, if you looked at the meeting in Kamkunji when they were talking there, you could see people, they are lying. Jeshi la baba, nani atasema kuingia, even Sifuna himself. If you play that tape, they were just doing some little showbiz hapa nini ikaisha. Baba ati ana haraka anaenda mahali ingine. Sasa ni haraka ya kwenda wapi? When you have a forum, uko na watu, you should tell people how we should remove Ruto. Number 2, Banaroba, I know you are supporting the member recruitment. It is irrelevant at this time. You don't need to go around recruiting members. For what? To do what? They will vote where? Which election are they going to compete when there is no level playing ground? Ni shida. Hizi zote ni diversionary tactics, which unfortunately Kenyans have been subjected to, na hiyo tunazunguka. Unfortunately, these are some very serious facts, which should lead us to what? We can have as many movements as possible that gang up to remove Ruto. Let's not rely on one. Njiru start yours, Stone PK begin, Manroba, Kenyan with Love. We have all of them.
I've been saying here, Stone PK, I've been saying here, one of the things we need, if they need help us, Azimio, through ODM, through I think Wiper and other parties are getting a lot of money as parties. So why can't they give some of the money, at least they give us, we also start purchasing weapons? Because the president
can I say something quickly? Can I say something quickly?
The president
they'll never give you money. They will never.
Can I say something quickly? Yes. Guys,
give Nani keep.
Just one moment. I've been listening to you guys, and I think the best thing to do is not shoot down each other's points. There is Kaptengeles Empire hapo yako na mind yake ni tuende kwa
keep utuambie Kaptengele inamaanisha nini bana? we are
That's
still
I'm
looking
the
for that.
empire there, it's not him, because huko tuna tap computer na napata pesa immediately. You know how to hivi. Anyway, by the way, that place is full of IT geniuses. Ruto anakwanga na kichwa sijui aje. He knows that hackers come from there, and let me just go to my point first. Many divert. Chaptengele has his own ideology, which is to go on the streets. Kenyan with Love is saying we do a petition. Yeah. Roba says we continue with our engine of Azimio.
No. I'm saying I want weapons.
Okay, yeah, that is yours. You see, everybody has what do you call it? Their own reasoning. But one thing you should not do is shoot each other down. Yeah, and you have to shoot from all points of view. Everybody should shoot from all over. Kama unataka kutumia Azimio mtumie, kama unataka kutumia weapons mtumie, kama unataka kwenda streets muende streets, but don't shoot each other's. One of them might work. One might just happen to work. That is the point. But if you come here fighting, and it's not about Azimio here, if you come here fighting, he's already won. The whole point of this conversation is to discuss various ways as to how we can save our country. So mukipigana hapa, it doesn't make sense between the two of you. Kwanza nyinyi mandugu bana. Yeah, Bantu ndugus. When Taptengele na Kenya Toroka.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Your brothers. I
Yes.
love Toroka say. You should fight
Bantu,
this thing.
Bantu.
Yeah. But now for me,
Sijatoroka na kusikiza.
my opinion is
Saitan.
my opinion is mimi tu niko na Stone PK. Tuache kuongea story mob, twende street. Why are we wasting time? You don't need Baba, you don't need Martha, you don't need Kalonzo. Kama umefinya ya kutosha, twende kama wa Kenya. Plain and simple. Twende State House. The original, we are wasting time. That is my opinion. Why are we waiting for leaders to babysit tushike mkono? Every revolution that has happened in Africa have happened because of the people, not by a politician. So let's stop looking at politicians and look amongst ourselves. Kama ni watu wanaanza letu bunge la wananchi wanaanza kiao hivi, tuende farmers do their own thing, business people do their own thing, tuende maandamano as a unity. That's it.
Exactly.
Very simple.
Thank you.
Lakini hii mambo ya sijui Kalonzo 2022 sijui Martha sijui it doesn't make sense. Let's do it as Kenyans.
I can't let you go. No. We just said some of the leaders we have, people like Kalonzo Musyoka, they have to show us more. And that's why we have an
But
issue.
Roba, when did Kalonzo tell you that he wants to run for anything?
Why? No,
Yes.
no, it's not him. It was
Yeah.
By the way, hold on. It wasn't him who said that. It was one of his party members, by the
No.
Roba.
The man
did
went
not
there,
declare.
he was being interviewed. He says he's going for the top job. I'm just like, really? That's what we are talking about now? And you know what? He also messed up. He's abusing Mada Karua. Now they can't even sit together. They can't.
They sit together. It's not like that.
When?
When
is the last time they were together?
Martha is saying that the principles of Azimio are together. Hii mambo ya gata press wachana nayo. Azimio is strong.
That's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem. We want to see
Gata press.
We want to see leadership.
But Roba, you're talking to someone who's actually at the foot of it. See, there's a lot of media that is actually trying to put people down, and it's not even media. It's actually the people, the people behind that. When you hear keep saying that, he knows what he's talking about.
They're okay.
He knows what he's talking about.
It's not Azimio, and then by there another thing is the main aim of Azimio, the whole of Azimio, is actually not 2027. By the way, Martha told me categorically, we have to fix now.
2022.
But keep
now.
What happened yesterday? It's not about 2027 meeting where they're supposed to tell us how Ruto is destroying the country. Instead, they are talking who even Raila was pissed off. He has to tell them. Even Papa came up, he has to tell them the truth. And that's what we don't want to go forward. What we want,
you
tell
guys need
me
to be
how to get
patient.
Ruto out of power. That's what I want to hear.
And then another thing is you guys are not getting, yeah. There are politicians. They are politicians, and they have to make their parties strong, no matter what. No matter what. So, ukiona ODM wanaenda drive yao, that is for them. Hata UD tenda drive zao. You can see this crazy man goes every night to try and build UD. That is political. You understand? But then us, as wananchi, we're looking at tukiwa na njaa, huyu mtu anatuumiza, and those are the topics we need to talk to about as wananchi. Let politicians do politician stuff. Let wananchi do wananchi stuff. Plain and simple. So, hii mambo ya kusema they are doing the wrong thing, nini. No. Talk like Stone PK. Us as Kenyans need to step up. Us.
Thank you.
Wacha kusema leaders nini. It's us to step up. So if you see Kenyan and Love akiweka petition huko, that is him stepping up. Don't shoot it down. Njeru, sorry, Chaptengele, if you think that we need to do something, you come to Kenya, leave US, come to Kenya, uanzishe maandamano wewe. Start your movement in Kenya.
Kip, I said it, and let me also say you have not said
Lakini yako mimi nimekubali hata hiyo. Kama wewe unataka
Kenya mesorota. Women are being killed like whatever in the streets. People all over Pandis and all over the press. I want us to be given the freedom, and even the president himself is threatening us at Mambo ni Matatu. We also want our freedom to purchase weapons, and if they shoot our people, hii mambo ya maandamano, we also shoot back. If it means that kama ikianzia hapo, ianzie hapo, because we cannot watch people using weapons against. I mean, this. Where are we?
Robert,
hold on. But
you
Robert,
see,
I have
you
to
see,
caution
I like
you.
what Kip said.
Hold on.
Step up, do something towards it. I am doing something. Are you doing?
But then, Robert, I have to caution you. I have to caution you. No, hold on.
Question me how?
I have to caution you. Do not use language that will incite violence. I'm just saying, be careful. I'm just as a brother. That's all I'm saying.
No,
just
what I'm
careful.
telling you, my friend, what I need is, kwa sababu security yenyewe is not protecting people. Women are being tortured everywhere. Do you think that woman who was killed, he had a pistol, he could have, they could have defended themselves? And that's why I'm just saying we need freedom to carry weapons, okay, so that we can protect whatever you want to protect yourself.
You know how you can do that. You know how you can do that. Write a petition to parliament. Hata wanataka bunduki.
Thank you. You see, guys, what you guys don't know, keep kidogo. Let me just come for you. You see, what you guys don't understand, and you can see where Kip is talking from. Kip is actually talking from Kenya. He's my brother from another mother. But Kip is out there fighting for this thing to really work. And he's doing his own thing. So basically, what we're doing here sometimes, and what we are trying to tell people, is that we cannot be here 24/7 complaining and crying and asking questions. We have to start doing something. Tell us what you're doing. Come and talk to me. Talk to Kip. Tell us what we are doing to do this, instead of just complaining 24/7 and telling us that
Kenyan would laugh.
No. I think
Kenyan would laugh.
Kenyan with love, you are degenerating into a very trivial issues here.
No, I'm serious.
No,
I
that's
am not, and I'm not backing out.
No,
bro. I'm not taking
laugh.
What I
no,
something.
That's not the direction.
A few weeks ago.
No, we have to do something. Hatuwezi kuwapa tunagoja mnagonga Raila, sasa Raila ati atutetei, Raila afanye nini, sijui unajitetea aje wewe mwenyewe.
Listen, Kenyan
I'm not taking it.
Kenyan with love, you remain in this studio alone.
Kenyan with love. Some of us we just say that we have to do something that's not right. I mean, we don't tell you, we are not telling you report what we are doing.
That petition is nothing. Watch Kenyan with love.
That was a trial.
Those papers are nothing.
Where umefanya, some of us, I was in KICC, Kenyatta Conference Center the other week. I was just there asking how comes mnatanganya hapa na hapa juu hakuna kitu. I was just on the ground. I was on the ground wakati mtihani ulitoka Kenya KCS. I was on the ground just asking how comes hii mambo ya corruption, some kids wamepasi wamechagua shule, they cannot get there, but people who have even lower marks than them, they are going to get.
So mnataka tushinde tukipiga kelele?
Yeah, so you could say that some of us we are doing nothing. That's not right.
I didn't say we're doing nothing. You said you want your guns. I mean, yes. Even me,
no, what I'm just saying is, just get it from me. I'm saying the way our women are being killed now, it's time for them also to protect themselves. If it means all of us acquiring guns so that you can protect,
Even
it's
very
bad, very, very bad when you see young women just tying in the hands of some crooks, someone being just like, if he had a gun, they could have defended themselves. That's what I mean. What I mean is, some of our people are being shot during the protesting for no reason. Why should somebody just use a gun illegally, killing an innocent person? If I had mine, I want to be sincere with you. I will also
Mr. Robert, so that at the risk of being, so that you don't, and Robert, you know, we've known each other for a long time. You know, at some point I even said, you know what, let's suspend the whole constitution. Give me a gun to chapane, to wane. You come to my land, I will
Let me ask you a question. Are there someone who come nyumba ambao umechenga, you have used millions, wanakuja na tractor and wanaiweka chini? Kama mimi ningekuwa na gun, I'll be on top of the roof. Wanakuja na tractor and I will be shooting. Kukufia utakufia hapo. We will always just
I agree with you. By the way, I'm one of those people who really, Mimi, I will be the first person to kill that person. Guza kitu yangu. So, yes, let's suspend the constitution. And if we are not going to suspend the constitution, then let's start doing something instead of crying foul.
Sahi, you see what happened to my home constituents. About the people who own guns, they wanakuja, and the women, children, pregnant women, old people, they ended up going to the hospital because they didn't have guns. Kama walikuja na guns, they're shooting. We could have shot them back. And that's what I'm advocating for. I want guns. I want guns so that we can protect ourselves from our president ambaye anasema mambo ni tatu, kutuua, killing us. Before he kills me, I would rather kill him. That's what I mean.
I agree with you. I'm with you on that. I'm just, Robert, I agree with you 100%. Even me, I've been saying that. Like, if we cannot follow the constitution, then let's just bury it somewhere. Venye tu Ruto aliweka chini hivi akachukua soda akainua na akaweka constitution chini. We just forget. Come to my land, I'll kill you. If you're not welcome there. And then the thing is that at the end of the day, we still have to stand up and do something and not complain.
Kenyan would love. Let's be sincere.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
There's a tape. I don't know. There's a few. I talked about county commissioners not threatening people. Like, remember the time of Nyayo when the old constitution it's something you see in Tanzania, the president using the people who are not elected by the people, watu ambao wamekuwa appointed. So kama commissioner anakuja na kuambia tutaonana na wewe, is threatening the wananchi. What else do I want? What else?
And in fact, they're public servants.
Exactly. So he's doing it because you know what? They feel like even a president can break the law, they can also do the same thing. Unaona? So kama imefika mahali ambayo nobody's following the constitution, imefika mahali ambayo the people who are against the constitution, now is the president of a country, is a dictator, and nobody's saying anything about it, and anakuja hapa is taxing people, anachukua pesa za watu, then from there he's telling he's growing the economy, and nobody's doing about it. Why can't we also take guns? We protect ourselves as wananchi. We protect ourselves. When
let me ask you a question, Robert.
They are going to tax.
This president is bulletproof.
Hold on.
We can even shoot him.
Hold on. Anakuja anasema atakuja kwako achukue kuku kama utalipa tax. Utalipa tax ya umbwa, utalipa tax ya ngamia, utalipa tax ya chochote uko nayo. Kama ni hivi, ukiwa na gani, they will not come. They will not come.
Unakuja kuhesabu zile kuku ziko kwa nyumba yangu.
They are coming and they are taxing them. You have to pay.
Tupatane.
Exactly. That's what I'm just saying. Enough is enough. This is out of control. The country is out of control. Somebody somewhere need to come up and tell this madman, enough is enough. Time for him to go. Time for him to go. Whatever it takes.
Mr. Chair, whether upende usipende, what Roba is saying is the truth. Because mimi nyumba yangu ingi, I swear to God, tutapatana. Kama si panga, tutapatana na mshale. You're not coming to hesabu what chicks zilizaliwa jana sijui and whatever to do all that. It's stupidity. And that is what I'm saying. And I'm saying all Kenyans, instead of complaining, tunaanza kufanya vitu. Now, did I go the petition way? Yes. Did we go with a couple of Kenyans? Yes. Is the case going to be there? Yes. Kuna mwingine anataka kufanya vitu zake venye anataka kufanya kando? Yes. Lakini story hapa hivi kuja kutupigia kelele hapa hivi kuja kucomplain kutuambia hata Azimio ifanyi chochote. Man, get the hell out of here. I like what Roba is talking about, because Roba is talking about, unajua tumechoka. We're tired of this BS because we cannot take it. Wajinga walisha Kenya. Hatuwezi kuwa tunasimamishwa tunaambiwa ati an MP from Kakamega alisema tawe na hakuaja hata kuwa kwa nini sugar debate was, and then you run the video and you look again, you find the same MP talking in parliament. Lakini watu wa Kakamega wameambiwa huyu alikuja akasema tawe, na hata siku yenye nilipeleka huko mswada ya kufanya government isaidie, hakukuwa yeye alikuwa kwa maandamano. You go lie to people and then you come back and then and we look at it and then we find your line. Yani even to a point that unajiita unaambiwa unasema ati hata mkiniita Zakayo. Do you know why you're being called Zakayo in the first place? Because you're hurting the people. And you're there running away from all court orders and everything, calling. Anyway, I don't care about Mother
You know, Stone PK.
It's stupidity.
Stone PK. There's something here. You guys allow me just one more thing. Unajua mimi kitu ambaye nasikia vibaya sana is our president, so they call our president dictator Ruto. Anakuja anaambia wa Kenya, hey, nimeongea na Amerika, we unakuja tu kitu nikufinya tu computer tora simnaingia. And he's getting away with all these lies. He's saying he has built an economy outside the country, and now he's going around saying people should go and seek employment. Now, unajua nini? Uongo. A lie. And the guy keeps on lying, and nobody's holding him accountable. So how far are we going to go with this? How long? Are you guys, have you seen anybody like ambayo unajua somebody wakuja waulize Mr. President tuchukue tuonyeshe wenye wamefinya hiyo laptop na wamepata kazi, they give us examples. We want to see it. But when somebody, a president of a country, has decided to be a slave trader, is telling people, Kenyans, you know what you do? There are some jobs outside there. He's lying. Do you know why he's lying? So that they can get passports, so that they can make money out of those passports through corruption, taking months and months. So it's getting made go round. It's just like he's on whatever it is. Mambo ya passports, watu wanaenda huko, pesa inaingia, anachukua. Unaona? Na mambo ya kazi anawaambia amuna. So what's this man here? Tusi anatuambia kama wewe ulisaa mtoto nje, when you come to Kenya, kuchukua birth certificate ya mtoto, you have to pay $10,000. 10,000. That's over 1 million Kenya shillings. Is he a madman? What else has left? What else? How do I feel like somebody like he betrayed me? Mtu ambaye anakuambia tuende kufanya kazi somewhere. Kwa nini akiambia yeye mwenyewe his family waende kufanya kazi nje? Yeah? Does he know some of us, it's just like the way we miss some of the things about, I mean, why can't we go and even sue them? Because they messed up the economy and they can pay us and they compensate for what they did. And the Ruto plus the so-called YK2, whatever they did, that the people messed up the economy. This man should be all accountable. We should even start from there. We sue him. It's time for him to go.
Now,
and Stone, because I think I don't know how long do you want to play this? Unataka tuende mpaka saa ngapi? Because kama tutachapa 3 hours, I want nimejam. Nataka kucheza hii kitu hapa hivi for Roba. Roba, this is dedication to you. I don't think tutagongwa kwa hii. I don't think kuna mtu atachukua cause it's a TikTok, and I think I know the guys who did it. Roba, this is for you. Dedication, special dedication to you. Tufinye computer, my friend. Tuendelee kudanganywa. Na hata sitoi volume. Bernard akitaka ataniua. Sawa.
Tapengele kuna finya tapengele kukita kapomoka yaptomba katapengele tapengele kuna finya tapengele maisha ni tapengele
Satan, tuache ujinga, tunadanganywa hapa bana. Robert, thank you. Taptengele, tufinye computer. You know, when the society starts talking to you in satire, then you start thinking twice. I'm sorry to say it.
Stone Pika, I remember watu kwa kadri walikuja siliwaambia watu tutapatia watoto mambo ya computer shule na kila kitu, never happened. But guess what? The question ambayo Buddha never told. Sasa unachukua laptops upatie watoto shule ama watoto shule. Na walimu hata wajui wenyewe even to start a laptop. I mean, now anasema kuna jobs huko you get them. First of all, how if the country USA and other countries ambayo anasema he has secured the jobs, they cannot even their own people don't have enough. You know, this is very bad when a president of a country, the so-called Kenya, is lying to the people and people are buying it. That's what some of us we feel like this one should not continue going on. The man has to go.
Yeah, Roba, what you've narrated, actually, it's painful, and that's why people have to ask questions now. And this is what Kenyan with Love doesn't want to hear. Not only Kenyan with Love, and many others in Azimio. The lies began from Jubilee 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Jubilee 1. Lies accumulated. Jubilee 2. Lies came when they stole the election. They continued to lie. Ruto is continuing to lie as a president. So when we stop and start questioning, do we have the capacity to stop this nonsense? It doesn't mean that Njiru is on the wrong. When we stop to say, hey, maybe we are not capable with the vehicles we are having. Maybe the strategy is wrong. There is nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean when you question whether you are on the right place, is that you are becoming a nuisance to the people. Of course, you'll be nuisance to the diehards who don't want to be questioned. And for me, anybody questioning Raila's capacity to remove Ruto, I would listen to him. There's nothing wrong with somebody questioning whether in Azimio we are able to remove Ruto when Azimio now, Kalonzo, Kenyan with Love is saying Kalonzo never said that he will go for number 1. If you go to, I think it was either his New Year's interview, if I can remember well, that is when he said he has given in for once, twice, he has built the trust of Kenyans, and that's why he believes Kenyans should go for a leader that of his caliber. That is simply saying he will be there for the 20, whatever. So when we start questioning who can do this, because we've so far, according to anybody who can give an analysis, is once you fail once, twice, thrice, you should ask yourself, is my strategy right? Is my strategy right? I go with somebody who was making a joke, a sarcastic joke. Alikuwa anasema, ala, kwani nyinyi tu ndio mnaibiwangwa kura, mbona hata nyinyi hamwezi iba? I used to get very mad by that question, but I later came to realize, ala, this villager asking me like that, it is painful, but it is true. Mnasema mnaibiwa, si hata wewe uibe. Kama huyu mtu anaiba anakuwa president, anaiba tena anakuwa president, mbona wewe huwezi iba? Kwa nini unaogopa kuiba? Kama wewe ni mtu wa Mungu, ni mtu mzuri, basi usilalamike, kaa hapo. So when we now say, we think, even dalili zile zinaendelea, that Azimio is not geared towards removing Ruto. I mean, it is painful to think that way, but all the indicators are in that direction. They're in that. Nobody is talking about Ruto's lies. Nobody.
That's
anymore.
what's bothering me too.
Exactly.
Bothers me.
So as followers, we can stop and start saying, "Ai, hao watu washaachana na hii mambo." So what should we do? And that's why I'm really, I've no problem with Injiru asking and lamenting and venting the way he's venting, because that is the pain now of people whose goal was to have Ruto removed. It's the same pain we felt when we changed from Ruto must go. We changed to dialogue. Let's give them time. Oh, we are now opposition. Wandai becomes minority. It is painful for voters. Somebody said in this forum, the pain that is felt, so much so, it's not even the candidate, it's the voter. Because the candidates, the candidate ni peke yake. It's the following that come, feeling that this is our savior, and then they are shortchanged. That's why people go to war. That's why supporters spill to the wall, to the streets, and cause mayhem, because they are bitter. They are bitter that all the hope where they had laid has been dismantled. Okay, so in fact, Kenyans are now ripe to even dismantle all the leaders we have, and we keep on saying this, and this is where we will go, whether we like it or not. Raila will not be taken as the gospel truth again. Kalonzo the same. So these leaders, they have done their bit, and they have proved they are not, either they don't have the oomph, like Manduli used to say, that finishing power, they don't have. And people should not challenge and say, oh, then you go and do it. What we are trying to say is to speak loudly and say, Kenyans can go for alternatives. We can have a sergeant do that. We can have even a rankless person come and salvage the country, because it has happened elsewhere. We can forget about the generals, because generals are dining with everybody else.
Stone PK, as you proceed, you are right, 100%. It's frustration. In fact, can you imagine, this guy is not shame. There's no shame on him. Hata anakuja anatuambia is pointing another car engine. I'm not against car engines, but I'm against, like, you are just giving people of you are becoming a tribal. It's tribal. Rotich, even though he turned the job down. I mean, is this the
No,
way?
that was drama. Hiyo ni comedy, nani Robert. Ruto is a comedian. Kujidai too because of the uproar. Yeah, it's a comedy. He's in it. He's in finance. He will even, he's being paid from home. These are thieves. These are thugs. So they are just hoodwinking Kenyans and, fanya hivi ndio watu wapige nduru. Even that one of Chibukati.
I don't know whether Empire can agree with me. If you are there, Sanchiro. I was one person who was just like, I've been advocating, and I've always been saying, why can't we have this election to go to country levels? Maybe from there Kenya itapona. Kwa sababu I just feel like kura tunapiga vizuri, but IBC IBC. Instead of them being the referee, they have turned to be the people who are like the other way around. If we can go like every county gets powered so that everything stands local at the county level, I think we can do very, very well. But
Robert, there's something that I've been actually advocating for. Not just what we do with other people and what we're doing even with the petitions. There's something I've been saying. If you actually voted last year, you need to actually sue personally the mathematics, because there's no reason they should actually have your what do you call it, your information and everything. And this time, and I believe and I know what I'm talking about, I know it very well. Raila alichoka, akaambia to do what you want, jifanyieni basi, cause mimi nimechoka. If we stand up, Roba, and we start doing something for ourselves, then they will follow. I'm sorry to say it, but I've spoken to people and I know what I'm talking about, Robert. We need to start doing it ourselves. First of all, if you voted, whoever is listening to us, if you voted last year, you should ask Smartmatic why they have your information.
And Kenyan would love,
yes, sir,
saying, let me also be sincere and let's talk about this here. Kama mlikumbuka kulikuwa na issue ya mambo ya airport, what happened, people being checked, and wanataka taxes. Some of us, some group, we poured money. People you don't know. We did poured money and we exposed them. Even we used to minister, even some of these guys here, we use some people. Let's talk it now because it worked. And now, when you go to Kenya right now, as long as your bag was checked from where you came from, they don't touch it. That's the thing. That's what we want. That's what we were expecting. That's what we were expecting. Remember, it was just 1 year ago when we said Ruto has to go because it's our direction. Few months down the road, the people were reading us. Now they're nowhere to be seen. In fact, that's where the frustration comes in. We have to do something about this issue because I think going forward, if nothing's going to be done between now and whoever's talking about the future, then there's no need for us to have an election in that country. Some of us, someone like me, I would rather just give it in. I go on with my life because at the end of the day, we have cartels who decide what happens in Kenya. Because the same cartels, I saw them. I was on the ground when KCS il toka. I just saw the. Buana, let me ask you a question, guys. Have you seen a situation where, and this is a true story, have you seen a situation where a student chooses a national school? And that was Mango, and I'm not going to hide it, that's Mango. And this is what happens. The student, he was the highest score marks from that same school. Yeah? He got 400 and something marks. Then you know what happens? He never even got a letter to go to that national school. But his classmates, ambao he paid them, ambao walipata 300 and something marks, ndio napata wametangulia wako Mango, wako huko. How do you feel? How do you feel? Cartels. And that's why I disagree with the Minister of Education ambaye ameenda huko Kisii, anaenda kuchokosa governor, anaenda huko anasema ati kama mkicheza ati unaenda serikali kutoka juu. The problem is serikali kutoka juu ni mafi. I'm sorry to say that one here. Ni mafi ambaye inanuka. They have done nothing. Our people are suffering at serikali kuu. Serikali kuu ya nini? They have started using county commissioners, using some other things, threatening people. How far are we going to go with this one here? And that's why we say, Asimio, and that's why I agree with Temba. Asimio is quiet when some of these things are going on. People are being harassed. Women are being killed in the country. Women of all of the people. And nothing even to say the country, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Yeah? A country where we don't value people's lives. That's what has come to. I don't mean the previous administration walikuwa wanafanya vizuri, but this one's more worse. Every time, each week, murder, a woman's being killed.
But also, but Robert, give the last regime at least the second part of it, because you could see something, Robert. And thank you for the studio. People do not know me. I know what you've done for this channel. I understand what you've done. Najua where the studio is. Thank you so much. First of all, I've never actually had the opportunity to say thank you for what you've done. Done for it. I wouldn't say too much. Anyway, it's not for here. That you nikiturangia baadaye. But you see, the previous regime, and especially the last part of it, you could actually see, Robert, I was in Kenya, and I'm going to Kenya again here, coming soon. Watu wanasemanga nyoa tu majus, whatever. I am going.
Christmas tulikuwa huko New Year, wengine ndio tulikuwa hapo. See, I was there. I remember I was telling you a story before you proceed. A story where you go New Year, and there's no people in Nairobi town, but those policemen that are there, wanasimamisha magari, they are taking money from people, and people are not saying nothing. I mean, corruption.
Exactly.
Can you call corruption? And that's the problem where we are going wrong. Corruption is killing our country. And that's the bottom line.
Yes, so thank you, Robert, so much. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate Leo Imewaka, because this is what people need to be talking about. Because kuna kitu Robert, mimi, it just hits me a lot. I think we are babying ourselves. When you go to before Uhuru left, even though I'm not a fan of Uhuru as much, but now I am. But at the end of it, you could see, and I remember using SGR and going, that was before even the expressway ilikuwa. And you could go to, when you get to Mariakani, then you still see the same expressway. I know you know what I'm talking about. You still see the expressway. They are trying to be built. Robert, please, I want you. I've tried. I've done anything. Maybe it's me that is not seeing it because I've not been there for a while. But I want you to tell me what exactly, with all this money that we're borrowing all over, right, left, and center, and the traveling and the flights that we're taking, moving with all this entourage, what exactly, since this guy came in, this mafia came in, what exactly has he done? Robert, can you tell me one, please, and do not tell me Nini Manyumba. Just tell me something else. Manyumba.
First of all, mambo ya Manyumba, before to answer your question, mambo ya Manyumba is doing it illegally. And there's one thing I want also, I'm not a lawyer, but I want to tell Kenyans to read our constitution very, very careful. If this man is telling you that atachenga nyumba ndi mwene kununua, ask yourself, are you going to buy a house on a government property? But hiyo ni shida. You lose it. You lose it.
And actually, Robert, let me on a funny note. Mimi mkinichagua president nita revoke kila kitu, nitasema hiyo ni government property. Mtanishtaki wapi?
Exactly. So watu ambao mnaambiwa huyu atachenga nyumba ni mkuja kununua, first of all, you cannot buy something on a government property. That's something you need to be careful. You are wasting your money. The money you are buying, or the money you are using, or the money you are giving out, it's going to Ruto's pocket. Right now, he has the power. And the power he has, he can do whatever he wants. To go back to your question. So far, this man has borrowed a lot of money. I don't know how much altogether, and he just borrowed from Japan. But tell me on the ground, because if you just go to Kenya, tell me a major project which is there since it came in, and the money has been borrowing. There's nothing there. I told you the other day about some roads in Nairobi. They are very bad. I would not have roads in rural areas. They are better. In Nairobi, roads are very, very bad. Some main roads, like there's a road going from Kisumu to Kisii to Migori, all the way to Tanzania border. That road imekwama. Ukienda up on the ground, imekwama, hakuna kitu. This man, what he's doing right now, the man is borrowing. They are just ready to start campaign. The man is borrowing. They are also trying maybe to make the Kenya shilling be strong. That's why unaenda temporarily inaenda chini, lakini hiyo pesa ikienda, then it will shoot up because this economy is not working. So far, tell me anybody somewhere ambaye ameona project mega project ambayo jamaa amefanya hiyo pesa. For me, I was on the ground, sijaona kitu. Maybe I might be wrong, but if it's a project, we know it could be you too right now. We know what Uhuru did. And in fact, to tell the truth, Uhuru has become one of my best friends, president ever. I miss him because he did something you can point at. This Uhuru did this one here. After saying that, let somebody come in here and tell us, or you think that Ruto has done something. He has done nothing, or he's doing his pesa nachukua when I welcome Mifuko, and nobody's asking. And that's where the frustration is, some of us about Asmio. I know it's not their job, but they are the people who are supposed to keep an eye on him. At this point, anachukua kila kitu. He started an illegal thing. Hii mambo alikuwa anasema inahitaji, what's the name? Ambaye alisema the one he started giving money out of direction.
Hustler
fund. Pesa alitoa wapi? Let's be sincere. Where did he get the money? That's something we have to ask ourselves. Then on top of that, when this man is changing everything, like he remember at e-citizen, that you have to pass through e-citizen kulipia mtoto shule. How?
Actually, let me ask you a question. So let me ask both of you a question.
Yeah.
This is citizen, so the 2222 number. So what does it mean? So you pay you pay your money to e-citizen. Okay, fine. Your school is in Kazonzweni, Machakos, and stuff like that, and that's where your kid is going. So you pay it on 2222 whatever e-citizen. Then you end up going. Okay, how does that now transition? Now that you've paid the government in that account, now is the government paying the school teacher now for your kid, or what exactly is happening now from there? Because now you paid up there. Now what happens now? So Ruto and his entourage, they're the ones that are going to pay for your kid now to the school itself, because especially you still have you've taken your kid to school. What exactly is happening here?
The problem is, and I hope Stone PK can also just come in after I finish. The thing is this, our constitution, there's freedom. And this is not freedom now, what they're trying to do here, because I think the bottom line is, when you're paying, maybe they're also correcting taxes and from whatever you're paying, or they're taxing or the school where the money is going. But when this platform is the same thing where we pay for passports, but passports is something different because that's one is going to the government. But schools, there's private schools, there's public schools. Parents should be given the freedom. If they want to pay, they pay whatever they want. They can use the check. They can use their whatever local banks. They can use whatever they want. They can use online, whatever, online banking. But when a president comes and this government and is just saying that now we are going to have one location where you come and they pay for school fees, your students, so that the government can correct taxes, that's what I call dictatorship. That's what I call a monarchy, which is supposed we are not comfortable. What was going on? And that's why I just say, where's the Kenyan law which says that a government can direct somebody what he has to do with his kids or like schools. There's
So
nothing like that.
do we still keep the bazaars? I know, Roba, I know you know what a bazaar is,
I
right?
know.
In a
I know.
school.
I went to Alliance High School. I know what a bazaar is, and that's the people you went direct where the money was, where was taking care of the money of a school, an institution.
So now, do we keep the bazaars then? Why do we need the bazaars then? If you're doing, I mean, it's coming from up above.
And I think on top of that, ask yourself, if that's the case, then why do we have a situation where the government should be given the issue when money? Let's say if a grant was given by the government, then that one we can agree. That one can go e-citizen because they can track it down to see that money was paid. That one we can give them if they give the grant to a student. But for you to tell as parent that if you have to pay tuition, you have to use this kind of system, that's a violation, to my opinion. That's a violation of freedom of a parent.
Stone, you've been quiet, but it also, I mean, how many parents in Kenya actually have not mulika? I mean, how many have mulika mwizi that cannot even access internet and cannot do anything? Are you telling me that Ushago person really is going to do to is, you know? A friend of mine was just leaving 2 days ago to go back to Kenya, and normally we renew our we renew our driver's license. Mine luckily is not expired, thank God, but driver's license through eCitizen, and you live here with that, especially if you're gonna be driving in Kenya. If you're come on, is it? It's not. It was not working.
It's not a big deal. They'll let you. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no. But my friends did not work. It refused. The e-citizen thing for the driver's license did not work.
Yeah,
Yet to live without it.
USA, they take the USA licenses. They will not ask if you have USA license. It's okay. Because I have a situation where I've had situations from I've traveled all over Tanzania, Kenya side with my California license, but they accept it.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, maybe you're right. Me, I've never tried to use mine. When I get to Kenya, I don't use mine. But my US, I use my Kenyan. So every time that I'm traveling to Kenya, I actually renew my Kenyan driver's license, because I used to have a Kenyan driver's license when I was in Kenya. What I'm trying to say is that if it's already not working for driver's license, how is it going to work for kids and paying for your tuitions for your children and stuff like that? And it really pains me when to see something like this. Why would you come in and just change the whole thing? Yet, like you said, Robert, and I'm with you, Uhuru will remain to be the Obama of Kenya, where I love Uhuru for no good reason. I just love him, even though I didn't love him in the first Akianza, but I love him because the man actually on the second term, he put his foot down and he told them, you're not going to baby me. You remember the Wakorino thing? That's the time he said, Mimi, CKH, I'm too, and I will not be babied by, I will not be pushed by anyone. I am going to be whatever I am, and I will do whatever it is. And he left.
Stone Bike comes in. This thing of sits. They are saying they are trying to end corruption, but there's one thing here they are forgetting. We have some parents in Turkana, some parents in northern Kenya, some parents in Nyanza. In fact, when they do their harvest, they take their harvest to school. The students are allowed to go to school, and they give them harvest. They count it as part of their tuition, and that's what they are able to get their education. Mtu anachukua ng'ombe, instead of selling, anaenda kwa sababu shule inahitaji ng'ombe, pengine nyama, nini, mbuzi na kila kitu, ama marawi, ama mahindi, wanaenda they exchange, kind of barter trade, and that one's there. How these people won't be affected now? Our world wamekuwa, they would not be able to take their kids to school, and that's illegal.
Robert, and yeah, like you said, Stone amenyamaza kidogo. But Robert, let me tell you, when I was in school, I remember an engineer who a very good friend of mine, mwenye tulisoma pamoja naye, the dad was an engineer, came and designed the new flooring that was happening with the new branch of school. I mean, we had 4 classes and everything. I mean, four streams, and he came and designed the other house. I mean, the other stream. And you know, the kid actually never paid. I mean, they never paid school fees because of just the dad was an engineer, came and dad did that and said that he didn't want the money, just take it to the school, whatever they were gonna charge him. You know what I'm saying? So how is that kind of person going to do
That
be
one's all
citizen?
gone. That one's gone.
Exactly. Let me keep quiet a little bit. I know, Robert, we've gone back and forth, but I really
Don't
appreciate.
BK, yeah.
You know, for me, you will never hear me criticizing Ruto, what Ruto has done, what he has not done, because personally, I don't see that as a solution and the way forward, because Ruto will do worse. You know, Ruto will do worse, and Ruto affinity for anywhere there is money is very high. I mean, people know that. So, anywhere where he can make a pool of money that he can easily take and nobody will be able to ask where it has gone or how it has gone, he has to do that. Centralizing kind of resource collection is an easy way of making sure that you have reserves that you can steal. For a transparent government, it can work. But for somebody whose aim is to steal, then you can be sure it will be chaotic. And when we talk of some remote areas where we don't have network or anything, that to Ruto, he doesn't care about that. But the biggest chunk of people, of course, they have access to internet. I mean, they have access to data because of the M-Pesa, bundles and all that. So, and then the Mulikamwizis are also able to send money and all that. So money people will send. Because even if you look at the plan where we had the Pesa ya Wazee, some of them, the messages go to those to Mulikamwizis and then they go to the bank with their cards and all that. So basically, Ruto, what he is doing in bad faith, with an aim of having pool of money everywhere, where he can easily be, he can pick money that you will not be able to question. Even the Auditor General, they will not be able to capture that. And by the time Kenyans are, lamenting and doing all this, Ruto has stolen enough. Just 2, 3, 4 days ago, was it the 48 billion that has disappeared? And that is it. Your story imekwisha. So itakuwa 120 billion, 12 billion imeenda, inakwisha. Because that is the culture ya Kenya. So Ruto is just riding on what he knows is the weak point of Kenyans. And that's why he doesn't, hata mkimtoa kesho ama leo, Ruto will be okay, because the money he has stolen within that short time is just way too much. And that's why for me, I have no other solution for helping Kenya out. I don't have any other solution. Just like the way when you have a snake in the house, very dangerous snake, there is no other option. Because one option is either to make sure you open the door and try to make sure it gets out. If it doesn't spit or bite you, but the best solution is always to corner it and kill it. So with Ruto, whether we do, I'm not criticizing people using all other methods, including petitions, including giving approach and all that. But Ruto is just clapping hand. He's happy. He's clapping. Very, very happy, saying, kawaida tu, hawa ni kawaida, nitawapanga tu. For me, as a Stone PK, I don't have option 2. Although option 2 I normally use is another one of giving up. When you can't destroy, then just surrender. But I for the sake of the country, I'd say the option 1 is doable. But then the big question is who will be able to do that? Because all those whom we rely on, kwisha, wamemalizika. That is a fact. None of them can touch, can trigger. Hakuna kabisa. Hakuna kabisa. Hakuna. Because kama ni politicians, wanataka kwenda hiyo soft way, hiyo diplomatic way and all that. And yet Ruto is destroying the country. Watu wanaongea tu. Somebody was saying that we shall reach a curve, mahali tutateremuka na kurudi itakuwa ngumu. Hiyo tulifika kitambo. Tulifika hapo kitambo. Reversing it will take so long. Tumefika kwa mahali yani you cannot even reverse. Okay, so basically and again I'll keep on saying I am not now sure that we are able to remove Ruto. That I'll not stop saying it because all the indicators, all the formulas do not give the answer. The sum total, Ruto must go, it's not coming. That's why we have to look for that other njia mbadala, which again is in search of an answer. And I don't know how long it will take. It is a very sad situation that we've allowed it to reach there. Na tumepelekwa hapo na our leaders. Our Azimio leaders ndio wametupeleka hapo. We like it, we don't like it. It is Azimio wametupeleka hapo. Kutoka Bomas, tungoje. In fact, kutoka Bomas, when we were saying hatutaki kwenda Supreme, they said that is what the Constitution said. For me, I looked at the way this guy went unconstitutional. I was, let's go unconstitutional. There is nothing that lasts forever. Ingekuwa tu skirmishes kidogo, and then there we get over it. Okay, but people insisted, Baba insisted, ati wameambiwa, you have to be a statesman, you have to go through the legal way. I'm always against anybody who plays rough. You go rough. Because ule mtu ameenda the one who end up breaking mguu ni ule anajaribu kuwa professional. How can you be professional with a team from Uruguay? Those of you who used to watch Uruguay playing, match yao ilikuwa wanaenda up na watu 4 kwa field ama 6. All the others huwa wamepewa ma red card. Lakini huwa nao wamevunja miguu ya wale opponent team kabisa. So you have no team to play next. So that's how we got it. That's how we were injured. And that's why we are where we are, crying, and we will continue to cry because there's no diplomacy that will change the country Kenya. Tutaendelea hivi tu na Ruto anaendelea kutukamua mpaka tutoe damu. It's a very sad situation. Very, very, very sad. And the more we stay, the weaker we become, because that is his aim. He will make sure that people grow weaker. He's weakening, weaken Raila, weaken Uhuru. Sahi ameweaken Uhuru mpaka Uhuru anashindwa kuishi Kenya.
Stone PK.
Yes.
Exactly, that's what he did from the beginning. He had to weaken everybody. He weakened the parliament. He wanted to weaken the judiciary. He weakened the institutions. And he's already achieved it. Here's my take. Can you imagine we have institutions which are treating Ruto as if it's above the law. Where is the so-called TCI or the other bodies of government where some of these things, some crooked people, some conmen there, some of this money where it's going, they are not even investigating. It's not like the FBI, even if you are a president, it will investigate you. The TCI is almost the same thing, or the I don't know how to call it, ESA, whatever. The problem is we have things in our constitution which don't work. On top of that, we have the so-called checks and balances, which is supposed to be the parliament, yet the judiciary, but it's not also, it's weakened. So the question remains, how far are we going with this? Because the man himself is a liar. If, for God's sake, your president, he has been given illegal or legally, it doesn't matter. He comes and tells you a lie. From campaigning, after being shown in, and going forward, it's just lying, and nothing happens. And in fact, I agree with you. That's where the so-called Asimio are heading us down. The problem is, if in the case we had a situation where when the man opens his mouth, like now this idea of lying to people, that he has gone to Germany, he has gone to Japan, he has gone to Saudi Arabia, and he has created jobs for Kenyans, which soon they will start going there. Somewhere, even our media themselves, they're just so silly right now. They don't know what they're doing. They're kind of confused. Because they could have even the questions they're asking him. Why can't they run a story where they say, even they go to the Kenyan embassy, I mean the USA embassy, they ask them, by the way, can you tell us this of the president is saying he has all these jobs which is Kenyans will be doing from your country. Do you guys know anything about it? There's nobody's doing an investigation on that. And it's getting just away with murder. On top of that, their country right now is kind of what's really Kenyan would love. What me personally, I just feel where we are being betrayed, where I think it's just really bad. There's this notion which Kenyans have been put to that everything comes from the president. If you don't have a president, he has not said anything, you cannot get development. And that's not a lie. That's not our constitution. So Ruto came in, he thinks that every MP, all the governors, all the MCAs, all the members of parliament, anybody, he has to come to him so that they can okay their whatever development or to get a certain amount of money. That's what he has done. And now, oh, Mr. President, para. Mr. President, kitu. Mr. President, ile kitu. That's things we used to see during Moi time. How? How did we get here? When Uhuru was doing some of these projects, even Kibaki, he was doing it, they never even used to come. You never know. The money comes, he's allocated by parliament. The money goes, it does what it does. Oh, hii nitawafanyia hii nimeroketi pesa hii. Yeah. It's the bank. Yeah, ndio central. Yeah, amekuja. Ndio now, the parliament is now, is the parliament is now becoming the central bank of Kenya. It's becoming everything. And that one, we cannot allow him to do so. It's killing the country. Kenyan love, it looks like our time might be running out, man.
Yeah, it's not really
we can
running
continue
out.
3 hours from
Yeah,
now. We can continue.
yeah, we'll continue later.
Yes.
But I don't know what happened to Nani. Ubuntu, thank you so much. Umenichapa sana kwa hivyo, but what Roba is talking about and what we are talking about, I think, is a very, very, very permanent. I mean, something that we have to talk about. And Roba, my senior, I have come to realize that sometimes we need to stop. And I never understood what you were talking about long time ago when we started this thing. How you come out and just unapologetically say what it needs to be said. It needs to be said. And if we don't say it, we keep on, and that is what Ruto goes through to say because Kenyans are not eloquent enough to say exactly what they need to say. And they're very nice people, hospital people.
Kenyan with love.
Yeah.
We had situations where Kenyans have said something and he has stopped. Remember when they wanted to sell some of these houses and other public places, they were renting it, they want to go private. People came up, they made a noise. You know what they did? They packed off. So that one's needed. That one's needed. And I mean, can you imagine a president? He's just been not even 2 years now, he's campaigning. And the worst of it, the Constitution says very, very well. People who are serving the public, the so-called secretaries, they are not allowed to come and start spot taking. Towns of politics where they go locals, like now what they're doing. I know that one was done by Uhuru Kenyatta too.
The technocrat. You remember Uhuru used to call them the technocrats, that they don't even, right?
Yes. Now Ruto is using them. The worst about him is using the members of the county, whatever you call them, the commissioners. It's just like now he wants to extend his power. If you realize what he has done, and go and do research if I'm wrong, and I'm not a tribal risk, I've never been a tribal. What he has done, and powerful governors of ODM, whatever they have, once you for the county commissioners, he has appointed most of them on that given county. It will be a Karenjin. I rest my case.
You're 100% right. There's like a video I wanted to, but I can't find it right now. But there's one that I wanted for you, but that's fine. Robert, the thing is that I don't know. Guru, I believe Guru is already asleep.
Yes,
let me just so we close together. Thank you, Robert. It's been a Guru Amauko. Yeah. Guru has been here all this time.
Yes, I've been listening.
Me, I thought you were asleep. Pole that. Me, you know, especially Komelala that. Pole baba. Ingilia. Now you 1 hour. Sorry, me. Honestly, I thought you had slept, and that is the reason nyamaza tuko nyuma naona maybe you umejiekelea kidogo. I'm so sorry.
Something. There's some background.
It is okay. Let's all mute other than Guru. Roba mute. Let Guru abaki peke yake aongee. Guru, speak. The floor is all yours, all the way.
Oh. No, and I don't know. I've found mishmash of topics. Okay. So, Kenyan love, what do you want me to comment on?
I have no topic for you. You comment on what you've heard us talking about, what you've heard, everything. You go. It's an open field.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, and ask a question on the way forward. I think I still hold that it is time the people went beyond their leaders now, because we have that leeway in the constitution. you can exercise power directly. And also the latitude of self-expression has also been given. People must refuse to have some of those avenues of self-expression, like picketing, being demonized by politicians. I am surprised that in this, especially in some zones like Mount Kenya, you hear people talk against demonstration, but they do demonstrations when around is bad. They demonstrate in real terms, like what has happened last week. But when it comes to dealing with the national issues, that matter is demonized. That those who are participating in those demonstrations are idlers and people who are doing the bad things, they want to destroy businesses and so on and so forth. So you can see a very, very clear line of people who want to manage the public by misinformation. However, through this, people are protesting also in different ways. By even you as a leader being denied the opportunity to address a crowd peacefully, that is meant to pass some information. It is meant to register some dissatisfaction. You can see what happened to Machogu just yesterday. Was it yesterday or the other day? You can see what happened to others, including Ruto himself. The governor of Nakuru, Nabado. The way things are, I'm seeing a very tough time for those government functionaries because of the kind of leadership that they are offering. Have you noticed that Ruto has appointed Central Kenya? He was in Meru the other day, and it did not go very well. So it's not that they don't know that things are very, very, very weak, very bad. And because the people, especially in Central, have no organized way of expressing themselves, they will definitely use opportunities like those ones to express themselves. I am waiting with bated breath to see the next public engagement, because now they have turned to the controlled crowd interaction where you go to a school, you speak there and then leave. I think it is much more predictable and safe. But that action of going on top of vehicles and traversing market centers, that one I'm seeing it going down, fizzling out, because of the fear of how the public will react. In any case, they now know, I think most now people know the pattern of speech. So there is nothing new. Kwa hivyo watu hawajamimia, you know, there are those who think people are quiet. People are not quiet. They are protesting in their small.
Let me ask you a question on
they
that.
They are protesting in their own small ways. Yes, Robert.
Yeah, I want a story. When we talk of Central Kenya, do you think, my question is, if we had the protest like starting next week, do you think if they are protesting, I've seen them protesting about bad roads, I've seen them protesting some of things here. Do you think if, right now, as me, of course, protesting against Ruto, do you think they would come up?
I think they will. I think they will. What is required? What is lacking is, people naturally will not just spontaneously move from their houses or their small businesses or whatever. But if there is an organized structure, I bet even that protests against bad road, there is somebody who takes charge and tells people, no, we can no longer put up with this. Tomorrow at 11, we congregate in this place and express ourselves. So I believe, yes, I believe like I told Stone PK, the raw material is there, but the machine to bring out the finished good is what is lacking. And in this, I mean the leadership of the Reich of the leadership of the Reich of Matiba, the Reich of Rubia, courageous, articulate, and believable. Unajua huwezi kuitwa na mtu unajua anafanya hiyo ili jioni aende akachukue kakitu. That's a problem we are having. So we must have those kind of leaders for people now to start actualizing the self-expression that is enshrined in the Constitution. Yes.
And okay, as the issue of Maina Njenga played right now, there is a time Maina Njenga came up, them was coming up. Of latest, I don't see nothing right now. Is still right now, or
I think he was. I think he was told to slow down, or he slowed down himself. But you are aware that there are cases going on. Those cases are bringing a consciousness that you cannot imagine. Like last week, there was a case of elderly people of between 70 to 90 years. They were arrested at a shrine called Mokoro wa Nyakadhanga while slaughtering a goat, and it is being demonized that they were preparing to do some bad things, or they belong to a proscribed group. That group of elders actually protested inside the courtroom. They sang Kikuyu's traditional songs. What is more powerful than that?
Robert, are you done with the questions? I mean, you can go on. I mean, I was just
I was just talking about Guru. I was just trying to tell him that we lost the opportunity, but I wish something can happen from Mount Kenya. That one will bring him down, and they know that very well. If that one happens, it will bring him down. But the one problem is there's this mambo ya kuambiwa kwa sababu so and so is our vice president. So you think because Akikuyu is our vice president, you think that because of him now you are the beneficiary, which is not true. So going forward, I
think that the people are not involved in that now. I think that one is not a fact. They are not bought into that because they are not getting anything. They can't see anything out of it. They can't. So there is no privilege in having such a situation, to having such personalities. Even the number of so-called CSAs, water projects have stalled, roads have stalled.
Guru,
so what is the benefit?
What is the problem? What are we waiting for? Can you just off your mic? Guru, can you put the mic off? Yes. Okay. The thing is this, Guru, what are they waiting for? Because when it comes to the tax for the housing, people who are being taxed are from Central Kenya. Most of them, the teachers and that big. We had the it was what's her name? She was here the other day. I think I saw her yesterday. She came in. She was saying how they're being taxed, and I remember it came up as saying most people will be affected by Ruto's this housing levies, this housing tax, with the people from Central Kenya. That should be enough people to come up and protest if they really wanted to protest against this government, because we need somewhere. We need something where it can start. But the problem is, it just looks like tumekuja, that spirit, we are just waiting for only one man, Raila Odinga, to come up so that they can protest. I want something to start. If we wish that one will start, then from there it will go the whole country. But the problem is, I mean, it's just like some of us, I don't know, we have been waiting something to happen.
Wacha nikuulize, unafikiri mwiba wa kujidunga ni rahisi hivyo kujitoa? It's a very painful process, my friend.
Kumbe ndio maana ulikuwa umejificha huko chini, hata nilikuwa nadhani umelala. Kumbe ni mwiba inasumbua. That's a good one.
But Guru, sometimes let's think about the rest of the country, because I mean the problem is this guy was given the opportunity. The opportunity was there. He could have come in. Remember the time, the little time Kibaki had, and he came in and changed everything. Ruto came in, instead of building the economy, he started destroying the economy, and that's what he has been doing, and he keeps on doing so. So how wrong? Because Central Kenya has been the place where things start. Central Kenya has been like, you know what? We don't like this one here. We make changes. So I mean, that was our expectations, even during the Mandamano. But nothing came from there. They were quiet. There's nothing like they were comfortable. But now when you see them every time, some issues, tax here, they are paying tax, most teachers and other people. I know the economy is affecting them like anybody else in the country. So I was expecting them being near Nairobi, around that area there, that neighborhood, with the matatus and everything. They will paralyze everything. As soon as 1 week, Ruto is going to say, I'm out of here. But like you said, they need somebody who is a leader, somebody who wants to lead them. But at this point, I don't know, because it seems like everybody was waiting for either Gachieta, well, Uhuru Kenyatta, like what happened with Chubiri when he came out. You will see people, everybody like now, they show up, all minor, Njenga minor. So it's just, look, that's where we are right now. So
you see, Robert, I sympathize with Guru. I actually understand where he's coming from. What he's basically telling is that yes, there's been a backlash about Central people through this. Now, when he says mwibo wa kujidunga, some of them are trying to stay away from this thing, and that's why you see in most of the processions zinafanyika huko Central and everything. And Guru, maybe you can actually correct me, because most of them sasa now they don't know who to run to because they went ahead na vitu. So now when Nyeri wakililia barabara, they are just doing their own thing because they don't want to call the whole country next to them. When you hear Wamushomba talking, you can understand exactly what she's saying, because she's telling you guys that sasa sisi hapa tunajipigania, because they don't want to call everyone, because if they call everyone, then everybody will tell us nyinyi mlijipanga. Guru, maybe you can correct me, but it's something I have Kikuyu affiliation in my family, and they tell me the same thing. They tell me, sisi tunaogopa kwa sababu tukiongea nyinyi hamtaki kukua karibu na sisi. So, you know, Guru, maybe, am I wrong? I think you guys have been
No, you are very correct. You are very, very correct. In fact, right now, whenever you have conversations, even at elite level, in Nairobi or anywhere, your colleagues, those who come from other communities, your friends, your acquaintances, your what, they will tell you, look at the kind of shithole you have put our country in. You think that is a very good thing to take in as a person? Especially knowing that you participated in this. It's not easy.
I understand you. I've been through, I don't know what happened to him, but I hope he was here to understand that. But Guru, I get you. Nimeongea na watu kadhaa and they tell me, hata sisi nyinyi mnatulaumu ya Kenya, sisi ndio tumeingia hapa sasa, wacha basi tukae kivyetu, tupigane kivyetu na tufanya nini, kama ni maandamano tutaenda yetu, nyinyi kaeni kivyenyu, you know. I mean, you do what you're doing. We wish that mnaweza tuangalia differently. And these are some of the things that we don't want to talk as a society. And na hiyo ndio kitu, Guru, I'm happy that you're bringing it in. Guru, I want us to do our closing remarks. I really appreciate kila mtu, Angela Wamboi, huko Ubuntu, na kila mtu. And Guru, I'm gonna give you more time to exhaust everything that was in me. I thought by the minute I didn't know that you were still. You should have said something. Yani, we went for almost 30 minutes without you saying anything.
No, sometimes it's good to listen also to as many as people you hear what they have to say. That's you get insight and wisdom, isn't it?
It's true, 100% true. But I do sincerely apologize for not knowing that you are around.
No problem.
Yeah, I do apologize. Pole sana. Mimi nilikuwa naona kamera hapo, nilikuwa dhani tu wewe ulilala. I can understand the time. But so what I want to do, I see Roba is telling me that he'll be back, but sijui Roba kama utatupata, because I'm starting to funga. But what I want to do, I think we've had a very rough night today. Interesting.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
Yeah, back and forth. And that's what makes us, you know, we have to talk about the things, we have to get to these things. And that's why I like sometimes when I come into this conversation, because we actually, yes, tunaweza kosa kubaliana, but again, we're still the same. So, Guru,
let me ask you even before I give any submissions.
Yeah.
I heard somebody say that one way of resisting is having leaders who are holding positions right now designing. Forget about that one. It will not happen. You know, because first and foremost, politics in Kenya is taken as a very it's a communal undertaking. It's also taken to be a very personal affair, because these are people looking for jobs. They are looking for a salary, an opportunity to earn and steal on all fronts, on all political parties. So protest through the leadership, like resignations, forget it. It will not work, Mr. Stone PK. That will not work. However, the public has a latitude to force leaders to do certain things. Right now, I can tell you, Kenyan with love, I do not remember any government that has been so unpopular in the first year like this one. And the leaders, the MPs, the senators, they are sitting on a thin ice, and they know people are seething with anger. And any attempt to face them now for a ballot, they are sure that they will be cooked early in the morning for breakfast. That's why you see those who have been joking around with their political parties. Some of them have, coiled their tails, because they know if that provision, the one that was being discussed of respecting political parties, if it goes through and it goes the way Baba would want, that when you express yourself, that you need, or you can leave your party and start cooperating with another party without the blessings of the party structures of your mother party, then you just resign and join the other side. That is one of the most unpopular things that these politicians would want to hear, because some of them will go home, express ticket home. Thank you.
While you're at it, as you're doing your closing remark, do you feel Chapter 1 of the Constitution, the sovereign remains with you, do you think is something that can be exercised in our country?
I think context is important. Otiende Amoro saying that when the final document was being put in place, and when they were reading through those provisions, that aspect that people can exercise power directly became contentious. And one of the persons who objected at that time was the late John Michuki, because he wondered how that would be done. And the experts at the end of Moro, they told him that they would, do what we call editing. But they should made sure that in the final report, I think was never read by the likes of Michuki. It went the way it is. Why I'm saying is that is one of the aspects of this constitution that scares the politicians in this country like hell, because the extent to which the people can exercise that power and the way to get to exercise that power was never made very explicit, except for the expression part, where you can picket, where you can demonstrate, you can take petitions to the authorities. But while some provisions of recalling MPs were brought in, and it was left to them to legislate on how that would be done, and made it very difficult through the legislation to recall an MP. But the aspect of exercising power directly by the public has not been tested so far by the public itself. So that is where most politicians live in fear, because that aspect has not been tested. Even constitutionally, it has not been tested. To what extent can people, does it mean that when people lose faith in the elected leaders, they can move in and say that you now want to exercise power? That aspect, I think, remains crowded completely. It's not known how. However, it is there in the Constitution that people can exercise power directly.
Thank you, and I think you've elaborated it very well, because we need to test this place. We need to test the murky waters. Stone PK, you've been very quiet. Are you ama umejifinya kama andiko kama Guru, where he was hiding and I thought he was asleep? Stone PK, or yours is for real? Guru, I think for Stone PK is for real, so I'm gonna have to close with you. Guru, what I want you to do.
It's for real, eh?
Yeah,
I had one eye shut, the other open. So you can imagine.
Wewe ulikuwa umelala umelala ya sungura. Anyways, let me Guru, let me finish tumalize na wewe. Just give me a second, let me do something here. Stone PK, you still there or you're not? All right. So, we're going to finish, me and you, Guru. This is what let me just do my housekeeping at haraka hivi, because I want you to give people exactly, we still have people watching. I want you to give people, and I want you to tell Kenyans something. Ubuntu, thank you so much. Everybody mwenye amekuwa hapa, George Omara, Angela Wamboi, thank you so much. This is Sound Candy Talk. We call it Sound Candy Talk for a reason, because sometimes, yes, we will agree, disagree, but it's because it's Sound Candy Talk. You say what you want to say. You are allowed to say what you have to say. It might not be popular. It might be popular. Asanteni sana Douglas. Asanteni sana. Nimeona watu wengi mko huko nyuma. So ladies and gentlemen, as we close, I want to, najua saa zingine when ukiwa kwa wakubwa, you actually, our culture tells us, unanyenyekea. So I want our dad to give us something about our nation, where we're going, our culture. I won't, Guru, I won't ask you where to go, which way to go, or whatever. I just want you to speak sound candidly to the nation and to the people that listen to us, as I look for my closing ma video zangu za kufunga, my thing. So wendo utakuwa unatufungia show, and after umemaliza wendo unafunga, mimi siongei tena kutoka hapa. You have to say this is Sound Candy Talk, nini zile manini tunawekaga pale za mwisho. You are the one closing this show today. Ukimaliza hivi, mimi niko ready hapo, nitakuchezea video yako ya kufunga. I want to thank everybody. Asanteni sana. Guru, go for it.
Yes, I want to tell our listeners that democracy is not served like a cup of tea where you just have it on the spot. Even developed countries are still fighting for fronts of freedom from want, freedom from expression, freedom in all fronts. So it is something, it's a living thing. You keep pushing the boundaries every day and being vigilant. I see Kenyans who give up very early. Oh, we cannot do anything. They have the state of power, and they are the deep state. There is nothing we can do. Some even saying, once the president is in power, it is very hard to remove him. He must go 10 years. But when you make such remarks, it is you deny yourself power. You subjugate yourself to one person or a group of persons. You actually deny yourself that power that you are given by the Constitution to exercise and determine the leadership that you want. There is nothing that is impossible. It is just the determination, the intelligence that you put in it that can make the difference. And because the Constitution is so good piece of registration and constitution, we must use it. We must use it to get what we want. Leaders, by their nature, some may be good initially, but may fall into the corruptions of oppressors. They may even become insensitive. But if the people are pushing every day, and saying no, and showing the direction that they would want to be taken, there is nothing the politicians can do but follow suit. So that is where today we are in Kenya. We are back to the 1990s when we would point out strongly and express ourselves. That time we did not have this constitution. In fact, we were breaking the law. if it was to be taken strictly so, according to the old constitution. But now, it is a constitution that gives us that opportunity to express ourselves and say what we want. So, there is no space in Kenya for one person, whoever he is, to say, wapende wasipende. There is nothing like that. And in saying that, I mean using the constitution. There is no breaking of law when you go out to express yourself, either picketing, demonstrating, and all that is contained within the constitution. And it cannot be demonized by anybody of the government, either the executive, the parliament, or the judiciary. So, it is for the public. The leaders are there because of the public. They are there because of the people. They don't represent themselves. And that's why I would want to make this known very clearly, that sovereignty lies in the hands of the people. It is a contract that we sign with our leaders when we vote. And if that contract is breached, we have avenues given in the constitution to say so and even change things. So, my dear Kenyans, we have that obligation to ourselves and the future generations. This is Candid Talk. Adios.
Afadhali mzee ambaye ni mtulivu, ambaye hana haja ya kujaza mifuko yake, ambaye atachunga masilahi ya watu yake, badala ya mdomo tamtamu, 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 tamtamu. Lakini akiingia ni wale wa kufanya moja yako, nusu ya mwananchi, mbili yako, na tano yangu. Na mnawajua nyinyi mna.
Kutafuta uongozi kwa kutumia dini au kutumia kabila, unagawa watu. Kazi ya uongozi ni kujenga watu wawe kitu kimoja.
The 2.2 billion has been spent in the office of the president and State House between July and September. If you do that calculation, it means that we spend in that office 23 million per day and 1 million per hour. That cannot be sustainable.
Wakenda mkoja! Wakenda mkoja!